Bugger off, people. Quiet evening this
There we
evening.
go. Good night. Yes, 1 month.
Yeah, I don't know what the bottom one is. It's a star of. All right. Ah. No, because I'm looking at it. I said I'm looking at it now. No. All I can see is look. I've just clicked on my sub, and it's got first founder next to it. It's got 1 month, but on the screen it doesn't show the 1 month. Well, mine's due on the 10th, so I mean, I'll do it now. Just a couple of days early. Well, I just tried.
No, oh no, that was my. Oh yeah, I've got it as well.
I just did it for him.
Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good idea. We don't have to. We generally it goes downwards. We do have like weird kind of triple streaming going on sometimes, and especially when they ask you for a sample for the hospital of the doctor, and you've got this tiny little, like a little pot, like sort of like that, and you've got to sort of like get your aim into there. And as a woman, it's almost impossible. You put it in one place, and then the stream goes that way. So yeah. But we generally don't have to aim. And what annoys me is that the women that hover over toilet seats, not literally like with the feet off the floor hovering, but
Do you know,
like,
I've just done all of this with my mic off.
oh fuck off.
Yeah.
You checked everything was on as well.
I've just done the last 5 minutes with the mic off. Let me just add a marker. What a twat. I just realised. Well, we haven't done anything important, have we?
No, but I mean, kind of like hello and everything, because
Yeah. So again, hello everybody. I'm a dickhead because I have just done the first 7 minutes and 18 seconds with my microphone off, and I've just remembered to turn it on. So I've just I've just added a stream marker so that I can. This will be the highlight tomorrow. Right, what have we discussed so far? We discussed so far down the side here. I've added subscriber badges. I've been working on those. It's taken me all day today, actually. Mickey the other day moaned at me. He said, "Why haven't you?" Mickey bought me a model to build. He said, "Why haven't you built the model?"
Well, that's
And to be
why.
honest, eh?
Well, that's why.
That's why. You have no idea how long these things take me to do. They take me a long time to do. And literally, in between sleeping and sweating, just those three there, and I have to do 3 versions of each because I've got to upload 3 different sizes. Took me all afternoon, so that's where my time has gone. And just getting this channel up and running at the moment, getting the cards organised and printed, and doing all of the. I'm trying to automate it.
Oh, no, I was going to say, are you absolutely sure that me and Mickey's audio is going out as well?
Yeah, I'm absolutely positive. Well, Mickey's audio is not going out because Mickey's not actually saying anything.
No, I know he's quiet for a change.
Oh,
He's quiet for a change, which you know,
you
you have to wonder.
just warming up. Just warming up.
Just warming up. The other thing that you did was the postcards. So you need to go through.
Yes, the Woody Show. Yep. One of the channel points prizes, and the channel points you can get down in the bottom left of the chat, is one of these, right? I forget how many. I think it's about 12,000 channel points that you need, and I will send you out one of these Woody Show postcards. I'll send it out via post to your postal address with a stamp and everything on it, and these are very unique. There is only 100 of these in existence, and I will number them for you so that you can get your unique things. There is literally, seriously, only ever going to be 100 of these in existence. So there you go. Don't say we don't ever give you anything. So yeah, I've been changing these for our channel subscribers, because we've actually got a 6-month channel subscriber, and that one is the 6 months. That actually says 6 in it, but I don't like the way I may change that because I don't like the 6. The font makes it very hard to read.
Yeah,
because you had to ask me what it is.
The I looks like either a J or a weird F, because I thought it said SFX, like for special effects.
Yeah.
So I can see what you mean. The S and the X is good in the font, but you just need something slightly less.
Yeah.
For the I.
Yeah, I could just put a straightforward 6 in it, couldn't I? That might do the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've got lots of other things that I can choose from. So I'll look at that again. I just wanted to do something special, and the star sort of greeted me because 6 months subscription is quite a special thing. So yeah. I wanted to do something special. So I did the star. Right now, let's find out about what Mickey's been doing. I mean, on Monday he set Lois off a light with his activity. So what's Mickey been up to yesterday and today?
Well, yesterday I just took my son shopping. That in itself is yeah.
An experience. Was it Aldi you were going to?
Dear, yeah. How can it take you 3 hours to go around fucking Aldi's? But there you go. Today,
them aqualungs are heavy.
Oh well, yeah, there is that. Yeah. But no, I haven't done anything today. I've had a lazy day today, to be fair. Didn't feel like doing it. I got up this morning, felt rotten to be honest with you, and so I've done nothing. I've had a lazy day. In fact, I fell asleep about 4 o'clock this afternoon instead of cooking the dinner. So
you're all ready for a late night tonight then?
Oh, I don't know. What? I'm sorry, did you say
if we hear snoring from your quarter, then we'll know what it is. So I've
had a lazy day. Tomorrow's supposed to be the wife's day off, but she told me now she's got to go into work, so that pissed me off a bit.
Is it like staff sickness, staff holidays?
No. Just because he can't organise his stuff. He hasn't got enough staff. Oh, we're going to be busy if you're not there. But it's okay for him to take the day off.
Yeah. Okay.
That doesn't sound very
It's okay for somebody this week had Monday and Tuesday off.
Okay.
So, So I did get a bit annoyed, yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got my granddaughter tomorrow afternoon after school, so that'll be fun.
Cute.
I'll be asleep by 5:30. She'll be painting my face or something, you know, what kids do. I don't know.
I am paying attention. Sorry, I'm still out there.
I'll wake up with twat written across my forehead. Something like
Again.
that. Again.
I'm still out there advertising the group at the moment, so I'm posting it in all the places I usually post it. So carry on. Carry on, Tracy. Or
Yeah, we'll let
whatever.
you off. The advertising's
I've had
important.
I had a lazy day today. Lazy.
Yeah. Oh.
But sometimes we need them, don't we?
Yeah.
Little timeouts.
Yeah, a lot of people find that they find themselves. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of people feel guilty for just having a nothing day. But it is important. There is an importance of doing nothing, because your brain does have to have a downtime. It's like you know, going somewhere and just like you know, we've spoken about going to the seaside and beach and things before, or going to the countryside. You don't necessarily have to walk around looking at things, just staring at nothing, which is slightly more interesting than staring at a blank wall. You know, just staring at the sand, staring at the sky, staring at...
Well, let's face it, Trace, I sit here for 3 hours staring at your cleavage at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So
I've just,
you know,
can I just tell you, right? I've just gone onto Twitch to advertise our stream, right? And I've got
I'm just kidding.
I've got a direct message, right?
Steve buttoning about we talk about my cleavage, and he goes, hang on, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, we'll come back to your cleavage in a minute if you like.
Yeah, all right then.
But I've got a direct message on Reddit, right?
Yeah.
Would you be interested in getting a new premium quality logo, or face cam, or emotes, or anything related to streaming?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, carry on with your cleavage. Carry on with your cleavage. We all know you want to talk about your tits, right? Carry on.
Mickey wanted to.
Carry on.
No,
carry
I did.
On.
You said even if you're staring at something, I said, well, I stare at your cleavage for 3 hours on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
I was about to go, oh, you know, that's what it's there for, or something. And then Steve butted in with, hang on. But talking of, you know, being stared at and things like that, I mean, seriously, I changed my profile picture on Twitter to the same one that I've got on here. It's a little Lego lady.
Yep.
Because I was sick of having people just obviously looking, oh, look, it's a pretty lady, and I've got to throw my willy at her. So I changed that. I thought branding across the board anyway. And I changed it, and it made no difference whatsoever. I had a dick pic, and I had somebody who what was it he said? It was extremely rudely put. But the dick pic, I just replied saying,
I think that's totally unfair, because us blokes never get tit pics.
Yeah, but that's the thing, we don't have...
Would you like dick pics?
Huh?
I said tit pics, you prat.
Oh, tit pics.
T-I-T.
Yeah, but that's...
We don't get tit pics.
Women...
You only have to ask. I didn't realise you wanted a tit pic, right? You only have to ask. Hang on. Carry on.
Please let it be a blue
What sort of
tit.
fucking bird we got going?
Yeah, please let it be a blue tit.
A fucking blue tit.
No, but the thing is that it's just, you know, it's these guys who think that it's okay to do this, and really it's the same thing as standing in a woodland and showing your willy to somebody.
Yeah.
We don't want to see it.
Can you?
Huh?
Can you not report?
Oh, I did.
Them,
yeah,
or...
no, I did. I do. But the one today came completely out of the blue. And what it is, it's like that.
I'm not going to bother putting a blue chip picture up. That's just not original and not funny.
It took him a couple of minutes to process that. But it's you know, it's not original. But, you know, what am I going to do? Just because, see, a lot of guys think that because they would be happy to receive rude pics from women, they think that we're going to be just as excited at seeing that. And it's like, no, I mean, I know they're all shapes and they're all sort of like different sizes, things like this, but generally they all look pretty much the same. And there's
Yeah.
a lot more attractive things about a man than his penis. Let's face
Yeah,
it.
Yes.
you've got to remember that for a lot of men, especially ones that are sexually immature, right? They actually think their cock is the best thing in the world. They also think they're the biggest thing, and they're the
I've
biggest thing going.
genuinely
It is.
never seen a dick pic that I've gone, actually, to be fair, I would, I've never. Some of them have been absolutely revolting. Generally, they're just like, yeah, and very boring. The one that came through today, completely out of the blue, I replied saying that I said something like, oh my God, that's disgusting. You need to see a doctor about it. And he replied saying, why? And I sent a picture back of a sausage being cut and reported him and then blocked him. Just
Okay. Okay. Can I change? We'll come back to this. Can I change the subject for a minute?
Yeah.
On the last stream, we had a lot of problems trying to pronounce the name of that Welsh railway station, which is the longest word in the world.
Yeah.
Is it in the world? Is it Mickey Wiki? The world's longest
I don't
word?
know if it's the longest in the world, but it can't be far off.
It's the longest in the English language. Now, none of us can pronounce it.
English language.
Oh yeah, it was long. All right, okay, yeah. None of us can
In the
pronounce
Welsh
that word.
language.
However, I know somebody that can. Sean, my Sean's going to come in. If you stand about there, you won't be on the camera. I mean, look.
Right, you want me to tell you about Llanfair PG?
Yes, can you hear her?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes.
English or Welsh?
You can tell us both if you like.
What? St Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel, near to the rapid vertical of Llandersilio and the Red Cross.
That's
Commonly known as Llanfair Prydgwyth and Robert Llandersilio Gogogoch.
Yay! There you go. Thank you, darling.
Awesome. Thank you very much,
Thank
Sean.
We just needed a Welsh person to do that. It's the only time, right? It's the only time I can recall ever having a relationship with a Welsh person is dead handy when you need to have when that word is under pronunciation, and that was it. That was the one time. I mean, obviously having a relationship with her is dead handy anyway. But that was the only time that it's really fun having her coming out to say that word. And she gave it to me today. She said, "This is how you pronounce it." I looked at it and thought, "That's just word salad. I'm just going to get my tongue tied up." Right? Okay.
It's weird though, because when you see it written down, it looks so long. It goes on forever. Go. But when somebody says it, it actually sounds a lot shorter.
Yeah.
When she
Because
was
they
saying
speak
it
so bloody
then, it
quick
sounded a
and-
lot shorter.
Are we back on cockpits again?
No. Mickey,
All right.
what were you saying?
Yeah.
So that's because they're Gaelics and they speak that much quicker.
Yeah.
That'll be why.
They do, yeah.
Something else interesting. Did you know there's no swear words in Welsh?
Really?
Really?
So basically, they've got to use English, or is it because?
No. They're just clever with the insults.
Ah.
All right. There's no swear words in Welsh. There are no swear words in Welsh. They just get clever with the insults. That's all.
Oh. Well, as
Yeah.
you well know.
Yeah, as I well know. I mean, I'm quite often when she's annoyed at me, she reverts to Welsh, and I haven't got a fucking clue what she's saying. But I know they're not very nice. I know she's actually describing me as some sort of twat. So or things like that. So yeah. But when she gets annoyed at me, she does revert to Welsh, and I haven't got, which is probably a good thing. I think probably a good thing.
Yes.
Right. Sorry, I had to do that because in a minute I'm going to shoot off. Well, in about 25 minutes I'm going to shoot off and take her off to work. So I don't know if you want to have a break now, Mickey, or a bit later.
No, I'll go for one now.
Okay.
That'll keep me going till you come back.
Okay.
That's it. All gone.
That's it. Yep. Here you go.
And I will probably nip off to the loo in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, see, look, I like that. Now, see, what I was saying to you, that's really good. Now, what I was saying just before we started the stream, I was thinking if there's times that you can't do it because you're not well, what we can have is something that you've just done there, but it's kind of like top left corner, where it's like your face on your business card, where it's going like this talking.
Yeah.
And then like so like in a sort of box, and then a text overlay saying something like, Steve isn't online tonight because recovering from chemo session. He'll be back on stream ASAP, something like that, something short. And then that'll that distracted me. Then that will be
we picked up some new viewers, so hello viewers.
Yeah.
Hello.
So that will be a visual thing that me and Mickey can point to when people come in saying, where's Steve or where's Woody? It could just be like, hang on, no, it'd be that side. So it'd be like, yeah, he's just recovering. He's okay. He's just recovering. He can't come on stream tonight, but you've got me and Mickey. Do you see what I mean? That's what I thought.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And then
sure.
in this corner
I can do
here,
something. Yeah.
This bottom right hand corner, just have the Woody Show logo.
Yeah.
I thought that would be kind of nice and tidy.
Yeah.
But also two little visuals that we can sort of point to. Like I said, when we go right, we're going to end the stream. What we'll do is I'll just switch it into emote chat only until it runs out, and that'll stop trolls coming in and saying that we're a load of wankers, which I know that's what we are, but we don't really want that on our stream when we're.
Okay, because I'm going to get moaned at by Mickey now, because he keeps telling me to build that model he sent me, and now you've given me some other tasks. I mean, I have been busy all day today just with these 4 things here. I've got another one coming, which you'll find out about later. But
I like that busy. Little Mickey is on a break. Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's because people keep asking for him.
Yeah. But seriously, your thing in the corner. I'm not a green person either. Although I'm a Greenwood. I know but I'm not a colour.
Hang on, Mickey. Let me have a look at the instructions. What the instructions? Look, this is what the instructions say about that. I've just realised they can't hear you bitching, but that's what the instructions. Mickey's complaining because it's got green in it. I mean, for fact. Well, Mickey, be my guest. If you want to work in After Effects, download Adobe After Effects. Go for it.
Steve, I don't. What I was just saying, I don't want anything animated because we'll have to sit here for however many hours looking at it. And you know what I'm like with the motion.
Yeah.
I just think that if it's just a static thing, both top left and bottom right, then that I'll be able to look at that for 3 or 4 hours. I don't want to have to stop if something's flashing at me. Mind you, that little thing that you got Mickey coming up is on a break. I can cope with that, but only as long as he's on a break for. But hello, viewers. How are you? Come on in. Come and have a chat if you want. Drop us a follow if you enjoy it, and if you really enjoy it, subscribe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got a whole list of things to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about them until I get back.
Yeah, no, that's cool. We like it when you have a list of things to talk about. Some of them could get quite involved because some of them are quite controversial. No, that's fine. I like it, and I like controversial too. And I've been jotting down. I'm not going to read them out on stream because it's more for production meetings, to be honest. But I've been jotting down how we're being told that we're being seen. And because I'm picking up on what people are saying as I'm rewatching the streams back. So and I think we're sort of going in the right direction as to how people are seeing us anyway. It's not like we're fighting to get out of the box that people are putting us in, and that's good. We're sitting in it really quite comfortably, and we just need to play on that. And yeah, but like I said, I'm not going to sort of like read out my little list of notes and ideas on that because we don't want people stealing our ideas.
Well, I'm sort of hoping that a commercial television director will come along, see us, and think, "Fuck me, we need to have a television show with these people."
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then you show them the like 6 or 7 figures that we're earning, and you say, "Match that, bitch."
Yeah.
You want to match what you want the commercial TV director to match what we're earning on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, because that'll be the point, it would be that they come along and they see that we're being really successful, and then you go, yeah, look, we're earning 6-7 figures at the moment. No, it wouldn't be 7 figures, 5 or 6 figures at the moment. Hey, hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Yeah, match that. Yeah, match
Good
that.
evening,
That's what I'm
BSC.
saying. Match that. That'll be the thing, because you'll be in the position to be able to negotiate, and it's like match that or more, and we'll think about it.
That's what I would like. Actually, I was thinking about that today. Actually, in bed. I think about weird things in bed. I was thinking about that in bed.
Yeah,
I thought,
that's where I got the idea from for what screen I wanted if you can't make it.
I know what I was going to say. You talk about people being lazy, right? I've got to tell you, people, that I went to bed just after midnight, and I got up at just after 9. Then I went back to bed at 11, and had 2 hours, and then at 4 o'clock I went back to bed and had an hour. So, I actually spend a lot of time in bed, but that's because I'm ill, and that's part of the illness. That's what it does to me. For those that don't know, I have cancer, and that's what it does to me. It absolutely exhausts me. But Tracy going on about lazy people spending all day in bed. That's me. But that's when I had this idea. I had this idea about that. I thought that would be. I don't know why I started thinking that. I just thought, well, what would I like to get out of this stream? And that would be great if just some commercial director would just come past and just, just do something. I'm wibbling, Mickey. Quick, help me.
Yeah.
Wibbling. Yeah.
No, but I often have
Instead of having loose women, we could have slack old people, couldn't we, really?
Instead of having loose women, we could have what?
Slack old people.
Slack old people?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I actually thought he said strap on then.
We really could not be afternoon TV, though. We couldn't. We'd have to be post 9 o'clock.
Oh, I would.
Well, no, we just have to stop fucking swearing.
I'd have to be not after 9 o'clock when I go on a rant.
It would have to be after.
Did you see her today on fucking?
Yeah.
Oh, pathetic.
I wouldn't be able to. Oh, do you know what? I missed her. I missed Liz Truss. All that thing the other day about I'm looking forward to the first Prime Minister's questions, and I bloody well missed it.
You can catch up on YouTube.
Yeah,
you didn't miss nothing.
I just totally forgot.
She was.
Speaking of missing things, right? I didn't bother to watch the match yesterday because I thought it was a gone conclusion we were going to win, and I predicted 1-0. Jesus, did I get that wrong?
10-0, wasn't it?
10-0. I've seen all the goals, and they were crackers.
Mickey, did you watch it?
No.
Oh, right. Well, I watched it, and yes, the goals were good, but the match itself was not. It wasn't thrilling. Yeah, we got 10 goals, and it was brilliant, but they didn't really have.
It wasn't thrilling for Luxembourg.
Huh?
Well, it wasn't thrilling for Luxembourg.
No, but they didn't have to fight for them. When there's loads of action, and they've had to really, really fight to get the ball there, and it just was. Boink, 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 boink.
I can imagine that Luxembourg set themselves up as a defence. No intention of going to attack. I can imagine. I didn't see it. And that does make for boring games because then you've got to. But that's part of the fun. They've got to break down the defence to score those goals.
Did you see?
It might be boring in the fact that Luxembourg are not pressing forward. I mean, if they'd pressed forward, we'd have probably been double that figure.
Yeah.
You should have seen the look on the Luxembourg goalkeeper's face. That was a picture. After each goal was scored.
I heard that haven't corroborated this actually, but somebody on my Facebook posted that there was another country doing the women's football and they got 15-0, and I can't remember who it was. Like Switzerland or something, because I was like, bloody hell, there was me thinking that 10-0 was good.
Well, what winning matches was silly. I mean, what did we beat? We beat Norway 8-0, was it? In the Euros?
Yeah.
And somebody else 5-0. We're coming up with some silly goal scorers. I mean, what I hope we don't set our girls up to fail. I hope we don't put them on a pedestal, and then when the World Cup comes, they fail. I hope.
Yeah,
you know
a bit like Emma Raducanu in the bloody tennis, isn't it?
Yeah.
She won the US Open, got slapped out of it this year. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, they put her on a pedestal. You know, you shouldn't do that. You know, that's and then you blame them when it all fails. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see our women win the World Cup. I mean, wow. Well, the other thing I noticed, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about. We've got the other thing I noticed that it's now, I think it's either today or tomorrow, and I can't remember when. West Ham United versus somebody else. Women's Super League is actually now being broadcast.
nice,
Fantastic.
nice, great time.
And
Fantastic.
that's what it needs, because that's when the money starts to come in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If the money starts to come in, you will attract more. Right now, I mean, the fact that they've actually won the Euros means that up and down the country, right now, there's schools already thinking their sports policies. And there's also a lot of young girls in school of the age of 10, 11, 12 who are thinking, I want to play football. Because of their success. But the realistic thing is, I think I looked at the figures, and I think they got 35,000 each for winning the Euros, and their average salary is about 35,000. When you've got people like Ronaldo that are on that a day, you know,
yeah.
it needs the money brought into the game to really encourage the people to come in.
And this is the problem is that you have a vicious circle. It doesn't get televised, so it doesn't attract advertising, so it doesn't attract the money, so it doesn't get televised. And it's the Euros, or the maybe starting with the World Cup, but the Euros really did bring it home. Has really been the push that the women's football needed, because advertisers and that would be like, well, people aren't really interested in seeing women running around on a pitch. Well, we are. We are interested. And people, the advertisers and companies and sponsorships are obviously seeing this now, and I'm glad that it's being put on the TV. I know that some people picked for the final, for the women's Euro final, people had bought tickets for like £15 right at the start of the tournament, because women's football was cheap. And but that's what filled the stadium, because they picked up all these tickets, and everybody had picked up cheap tickets at the beginning, and those tickets were worth £500 by the time England was in the final.
Yeah.
I think I listened to one of the ex-players at the end there, and she was saying about 6 years ago they asked a lot of the football clubs if they would have games for the Euros, and a lot of them turned them down. I bet they're kicking their freaking selves now, aren't they?
Yeah,
eh?
Yeah, they are.
They really must be. I mean, I support Villa, and Villa were one of the teams that turned them down.
Yeah,
absolutely stupid.
It is absolutely stupid. It's absolutely crazy.
Huh? I can't remember the exact figure at Wembley for the final, but it was astronomical. It was on a par with the men's game.
Yeah, I also hope that obviously it's not all schools, but a lot of schools have quite a sexist PE policy, games policy, where girls have to do netball and boys do football.
I wanted to play netball. I wanted to play netball.
But that's what I'm saying. It's still happening now.
Yes, you also wanted to dress up as a nun, Mickey. We know about that.
Yeah, and you can't play
Well,
netball.
no, it wasn't the fact I wanted to play netball. It was the fact that they got the little short skirts on.
He wanted to wear a little.
And I was a bit of a pervert as a youngster.
He also wanted to be an air hostess, Tracy. But
Yeah, I know.
You know,
But
a man of little dreams.
But that's what I mean. It's even now, even now with equality and everything, it's still, girls still get segregated. You can't play the football. You have to play the netball or the, I'm trying to think of the other, like lacrosse and stuff like that. Boys get to play rugby and football. And
I don't know if you saw in the news today, but Australia. Here, look, here's his blue tits.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Australia next year, before the Australian Open tennis, are going to have a mixed tournament.
They're going to have a mixed tournament.
A mixed tournament, yeah, i.e. men playing women, women playing men. They did it before, I think it was in 2019, 2018,
It should be
something like that.
mixed teams would be good, wouldn't it?
Mixed teams.
Yeah,
mixed
well,
teams.
no, but they had. I mean, one of the Williams was playing some bloke and something. Why not? Why not? You want to be equal? Let's have it.
Yeah, let's have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I mean, and not being funny, I think some of these women playing women's football, if they're good enough, why aren't they playing in the men's league?
Agreed.
It would be
Totally
interesting
agreed.
to see, actually.
Why keep them separate?
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
Why have we got so few female officials in the men's game?
Yeah.
Well, they've only just started coming about. I know. I
Fully
agree with
capable.
you. I agree with you. I think women's football. I think women's football has a hell of a future. I must admit,
Yeah.
when I watch their games, after a while, I'll totally forget they're women.
You do, yeah.
And I just
watch
enjoy the
game.
football, and the
Yeah.
football is great. It's a much faster, more flowing game than the men's game, without all that poxy fucking drama.
Oh,
Yeah, without throwing ourselves on the floor because somebody
Yeah.
walked past.
It's going to be so interesting to watch the men's World Cup, because I don't watch the men's football but I watch the World Cup and the Euros, and it's going to be so interesting I've not seen any men's football since, what did we have last? Euros. Since the men's Euros 2 years ago, whenever it was.
Yeah, you got the World Cup
Exactly.
this year.
So in the meantime, I've been watching the women's football, and it's going to be so interesting then to go back to watching the men's football to see what we haven't been missing all this time. And it'll be like, you know, like all the differences. When I say cultural differences, you know what I mean, between the men's and the women's. It's just be so interesting to see.
I see the women's game as very much a flowing game, right? I also see that there's no prima donnas in the women's game. And what I mean by that is in the men's game, right, there's the prima donna, it's the forwards that have got to score, right? And they're always the ones demanding the ball. The women don't care who score as long as somebody scores.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also their passing game is so much better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They've got an absolutely fantastic passing game. And quite often, they wouldn't look for a particular person. When they're feeding the ball into the area, they don't look for a particular person. They feed the ball in the area and hope that somebody is there on the end of it. In the men's football, when they feed the ball into the area, they're looking for the prima donna.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the women's, no, they don't. They just feed the ball into the area. And then suddenly out of nowhere, and a couple of times with the Luxembourg goals, they just fed the ball into the area. And I thought, well, where's that going? And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a woman would appear and knocked it in the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought you said then.
Hey?
A woman with a beard would knock it in the goal.
Would you like to borrow these?
I just thought you said. And then,
Come out of nowhere.
Appeared, not a beard, appeared.
Yes, I know.
Clean your ears
That's
out.
not what I heard.
Clean your ears out.
I thought, yeah, that's great.
I've got mental images now of a woman looking like what's his name? Oh no, I forgot. I can't think of his name. The loudmouth one.
The loudmouth one.
Oh God, it'll come to me. Let's
You
carry
give us
on.
more of a clue than that.
He's got a beard.
He's got a loudmouth one with a beard, right? Okay. Loudmouth one with a beard, right? Okay.
Oh
Well,
dear.
that narrows it down, doesn't it, Mickey?
He's very famous and he's
That's
from
a lot.
Yorkshire and he's an actor and he's about 90 now, but he's still looking really good for his age, and he's very loud. Oh, you know, oh no.
Speaking of that, I'm actually gonna change the subject, but you'll have to carry on because I'm going in 5 minutes if anyone wants to take a break.
Yeah, I need the loo. Go on.
All right. Well, I'll turn you off then. There you go. Right, Mickey. I know Tracy can still hear us. What you're doing there has reminded me. I have.
Sorry, I had to.
No. I have two inhalers. I have the blue Subutamol like you have, and I also have something called Trimbo. I'll put that in the chat so you know what I'm talking about. That's my preventer. And it really does work really well. By the way, I would suggest you next time you go to your GP, ask them about Trimbo, because it's classed as the Rolls Royce of COPD medication.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because what your blue inhaler is what's known as a reliever. In other words, once your chest gets tight, it relieves, or you get phlegmy, it relieves it, which it does. Trimbo is a preventer, stops it from happening anyway. And I have to have 2 puffs in the morning and 2 puffs in the evening. It's got a steroid in it, like that one, but it's actually extremely good, Mickey.
Yeah, I have this. You can't see it, but it's little capsules. Little capsules that you put in here and then inhale them. I have to do that every morning.
All right. Well,
it's tiotropium.
Yeah. Well, look up Trimbo. Anyway, that's what I have to have because it is classed as a deluxe, and it really does work. It really stops my chest from tightening up throughout the day. And the only time I need to take my my salbutamol is if I start doing exercise, like walking up the stairs, which is, I know, crazy. To say that I walk up the stairs, I get out of breath, but I do. And I ordered some on the 17th of August, and I get my medication delivered to me by my local chemist. I ordered 4 items on the 17th of August, and I ran out of Trimbo 2 days ago, and I went to go and get my new Trimbo, and I thought, well, where the hell is it? And I looked back at my prescription from the 14th of August, 16th of August, and they only delivered me 3 items. And why have I got the 1 month prescription? Oh, I've got the 1 month thing on my place. Look.
You have?
Why haven't you? I don't know why you haven't, Mickey. I think it's once you resubscribe, I think. You subscribe, I think.
No, I've got a 2. If you ever look further up, I've got a gift 2 leader. Oh, gift a leader 2.
Yeah,
sorry.
gift leader 2. Yeah. Does that mean you're back, Tracy?
Back, but you were talking, so.
Anyway, so I phoned the chemist.
We're talking about inhalers.
I phoned the chemist yesterday and said, "Where's my Trimbo?" And he said, "Oh, it's out of stock." And I said, "Well, that was the 17th of August." He said, "Yeah, there's a shortage." And this is the first time that I've heard other people up and down the country talking about medication shortages, and this is the first time that it's actually affected me.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd mention that. And I'm really missing it. My chest is really missing it. Anyway, on that note, I've got to take my missus to work. So I think she's ready. Yep, she's getting ready there. So I will leave it all to you two.
Cool.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Look at this! Look at this! Look.
Da-da-da.
Oh, that's good. I like that. It's not too moving.
I think you ought to do one for Tracy. Tracy's on the bog.
Yeah. Tracy's having a dump. Tracy's taking a dump. Yeah. I haven't done one for Tracy because, like me, she's a non-smoker, so we don't really need to break that often.
No.
But I will do. I'll do one for you tomorrow, Tracy. All right?
Thank you. But don't have it that I'm on the bog though.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'll have you in a cat litter tray.
That'll do. That'll do.
Yeah. Right. I'll see you in about 40 minutes. All right?
All right, mate. Yeah.
Okie doke.
So in the meantime, our numbers will go up.
Yeah. Oh, it's still a bit movie, that one. Never mind. It's I'll live. I thought it was only going to do that once, but it's doing it repeatedly, so I'll just ignore it.
Yeah. You've only got 40 minutes of it. You'll be all right.
I'll just cover the bottom of the screen up with something. There we go.
So,
there we go. Right. Yes. Hello.
What have you got on your list? Anything? Nothing?
No. I sort of scribbled something down, and now I can't remember. Right. So, one thing now. Do you remember that one of the things that we talked about? I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Was the guy that got hired to be the period thingy person?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he now hasn't got that job, and that job doesn't exist anymore because of the backlash.
All right.
Now,
yeah.
I sort of read a bit more into that. That guy himself had he was something to do with a tobacco company in the past, like an executive. and then he became a personal trainer. So he literally had no background, not even in medical or anything like that. He wasn't a teacher.
Yeah.
He wasn't a healthcare worker. So how on earth they thought that he would, you know, how on earth he got the job? So which makes you then wonder, you know, how did he get the job? But two, like why did he apply in the first place? It just seems really strange.
Yeah.
But then,
so are they not having one now, or they going to appoint?
They've scrapped the job completely, which seems a bit really absurd, because all the women who I've seen replying to the story on Twitter and Facebook and things like that have all been going, it's not that the job existed, it was the fact that they gave it to a man.
Yeah.
I don't want to have periods and menopause mansplained to me or my daughter. And I agree with it, but it should have been a woman or somebody. Mainly 90% it should have been a woman, and that other little 10%, if it's going to be a man, it needs to be somebody who actually knows, because he's worked in it. He's a gynecologist, or he's been a gynecology nurse or something like that. But he wasn't, and it was just bizarre.
Do you suspect they were trying to be politically correct?
Oh yeah. I think the word is woke these days.
Well, yeah.
I think they were trying to be like that, but at the same time, it massively backfired because.
Well, with women's issues like that, I can understand that. Then it should be a woman, because I mean, I couldn't tell you about it.
Yeah.
I don't think any man can, because I don't think that any man has ever been through it, have they? So how can you?
And this is what I'm saying.
I mean, even if you've worked in the field, you can't have the same empathy for a woman who is going through that than another woman would.
Yeah, exactly. There's been all the, lots of people. There was, some women don't have periods, some women don't have wombs, trans women don't have wombs, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, there are women. There's a number of women who, for some reason, they don't have wombs because they've had hysterectomies, or they weren't born with one for some reason, or whatever. And yes, lots and lots of women take the pill or have birth control.
Hello, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi.
Steve will be back in about half an hour. He's just gone to take his better half to work, so you're just stuck with us two for a half an hour. We're talking about women's issues at the minute. Not that I know a lot about them, but Tracy's explaining them to me. I mean, I think we're on the bit now where she's explaining that why women can't stop talking.
Oh, thank you, no.
Oh, no. Sorry, Tracy. Carry on. Sorry.
And many women use birth control to stop their periods and things like this.
Yeah.
So, but women know what periods, women who have wombs and uteruses, people who have wombs and uteruses usually know what periods are like. And many of those know what giving birth is like. And eventually, pretty much all of them will know what the menopause is like. Yeah. Whether it happens naturally or chemically, or like if a hysterectomy where the ovaries are removed and stuff like that, it all stops.
Yeah.
So, and a man will never ever know that, even if he's in the field. But I would have been more happy if it had been somebody who had, let's say, 20, 30 years of experience of working as a gynae nurse behind him, absolutely, so to speak, knows women's things inside out. And then I could be like, he knows his stuff. But he had these weird qualifications, and it just seemed to be like, oh, we know he can talk, so we and explain things, so we'll employ him. And it's a man. They could have gone one better and just had kind of like a transsexual who hadn't quite gone through the through the stuff yet and things like this. So Anyway, yes, so that's what I scribbled down because I spotted that last night and I was like, oh my God, there's an update to that thing. And I can't remember what else I've got written down. I know Steve has got a whole great long list of stuff.
Yeah.
Where is my...
But we've got a wibble for half an hour while he's not.
I do enjoy it though.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing what I've got. Oh, is it on there? I haven't been writing lists for a while because
I don't, but because I just like to react rather than.
Yeah, but when we have lists of things, and then Steve just spends the whole time doing graphics, or no, putting graphics on the screen. It's just...
Yeah.
Give us a list. It'll be like your list, Steve. Yeah, so here's one that I scribbled down. It's a bit more light-hearted, and the viewers can join in if they want. Do you suffer, or do you know anyone who suffers from strange toilet syndrome? In other words, not being able to use the toilet if it's not yours.
Right. Now, without trying to sound too crude, I can have a pee in any toilet.
Yeah.
But I only like to poo on my own.
Same. And it was just something.
But I mean, we'll go out and I'll say, oh, we'll have to go home because.
Yeah.
Public toilet. I mean, there is a caveat to that. If I'm around my daughters or my sons, I'll use theirs.
Mm.
But a public toilet, I'll never sit my arse cheeks on a public toilet. You don't. No. Sorry. Or even in a pub or a restaurant or anything like that. No. I'm quite happy to have a pee, but I won't sit down on.
I don't even get the feeling. If I'm around someone's house or I'm, when I'm on holiday is the worst because I don't even get the feeling.
Well, it's funny you should say that because that's probably, if we go on holiday, it's 3 or 4 days before my wife will actually go to. I mean, I have to in the end, but it'll only be in my hotel room or apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know that they've been in and they've cleaned it, and nobody else has been.
Yeah.
And normally, I mean, where places we go, you get there, when you walk into there, they've been wrapped with a plastic.
I do like that actually.
So that you know that they've been deep cleaned. So I haven't got too much worries about that, but in general, no, thank you.
Because it's the. I just don't get the feeling that I need to.
You need
it's so weird, and it can be a couple of days, and then the problem is that then you start worrying that you're just going to be constipated and it's going to hurt. Yeah. And so you start thinking, well, I really should try, but you shouldn't really be trying if you've not got the urge, because that's even worse. So
give yourself a hernia that way, you know.
No, exactly. Piles at the very least.
Yeah.
And it's just something that my eldest daughter, she used to have the same problem, but she can go anywhere now, anywhere. I don't know how that happened, but there was kind of like this switch where she doesn't really care now. But yeah, it's just it's one of those weird things that some people can just go anywhere, and other people can go somewhere as long as they know that it's clean, and then others like me, it doesn't matter how clean it is, it ain't happening. Peeing, don't mind, but the pooping bit is just But apart from when we went on our first holiday in like a decade, early last year, and I'd had an abscess in my tooth, so I'd been taking, I think it was penicillin.
Normally give you amoxicillin for your nose.
And I was on, well, usually it's metronidazole or something like that. It's one of the, but I didn't want to have that because that usually makes me feel nauseous. So I said, can you give me some penicillin? And so it was my very last day on the penicillin that we went on holiday. And we went shopping to get, because we were self-catering in a caravan, or, a static caravan. And so we were doing the shopping and everything. And it's sort of like halfway around the little supermarket that I was like, oh my God, we're going to have to see if I can check in early. seriously. And you should have seen me, like I was pretty much running from the you know where you get your keys. I was like,
Yeah.
and I said to my husband, don't come in, just let me go in the caravan to check it out myself. And he knew what was happening. And it was just like, oh my God, it was obviously like all the build up of the antibiotic, and the fact that we were going on holiday, just kind of like everything together. And it was just so that I was fine that whole
You knocked your mic or something? You've gone rather tinny all of a sudden.
No, I've not done anything.
Oh.
Is it back? Is it my mic's on my
Camera?
Yeah. Is it sorted itself out?
Well, that's better. Yeah.
I bet it's because I was shouting. I was getting all excited about toilets.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Getting really excited about toilets. Yeah, Steve was saying earlier about doing the clipping up. I know he's not here, you know, but maybe I don't know if he watches back. But I just clip stuff that I like, or that is funny, or you know, or it works really well as a clip. And if he only wants 3, he can choose the 3 that he wants, because you know what I mean. I'm not going to be as I'm clipping them up, it could be like, oh, that's really good. Oh no, that's even better. Oh, that's not as good. And so sometimes you'll get 5, sometimes you'll get 10, and he can just take whichever ones that he wants to whatever. And I'll have to work out what he wants with the highlights and that. Mind you, I saw what he did about the cards. He did the highlight for the last stream with him. It started with him saying about the cards. So. And
I'm still in the lead.
What, to be able to get one?
No, on my clip on
really?
YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Oh, that's excellent.
That's classic. That was classic.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying, because I can't. Thank you.
455 views.
Andrew has just redeemed hydrate, so we've all got to take a drink.
Oh, my cup's empty.
Oh, boo! You'll have to pretend. Hello. Still in the lead. Yes, I think that's it. See, this is what I mean. I clip up what I think is going to be good. Some of the things I don't find as funny, but I know obviously everybody's humour. Everybody says the humour is different. So what I think is maybe, oh, that's a little bit humorous and it works really well as a clip. It may well be like exactly what's happened there. It's totally run away with the views.
Yeah.
Whereas something else that I think is absolutely hilarious may not get more than 10 views. So, but as long as you keep putting it out there, people can see the kind of stuff that we talk about. And
people are getting views. Oh, I'm up to 4K now on Woody's Reward.
I'm up to 9.1K because I don't spend any of it. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to save it all for
a postcard.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't think I want a postcard, but whatever, something will come along at some point that I'll go, yeah, I'll have one of those.
You can have a personalised motion graphic for 10.
No, that's all right. He did that one of me spinning the other day, and Jesus. Do you know, when I was clipping up yesterday, when I was doing the clips yesterday for that, again, when that came on the screen and when it came off the screen, it still felt my screen was doing that. Oh, I'm so terrible with motion things. I'm okay with I'm okay.
Do you get motion sickness then? If you're in a car or anything?
Sometimes. It depends. You know, if I'm sat at the front looking out, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I actually got motion sickness on the bus a couple of weeks ago, and it was because the bus was like really jolting and jerky and that. And I couldn't see out the front, so it was like all this movement here. But I do have motion sickness tablets that I take with me when me and Andrew drive around somewhere, just in case, because you know, I just never know when it's going to happen. So yeah. But I never used to suffer really badly with it. It's just really sort of in the last.
So you'd be no good at fucking Alton Towers or anything like that then?
Well, no, yeah, stuff like that is different because it happens quickly. It's like 30 seconds or 2 minutes and it's over. Whereas if it was throwing me around for 5 minutes, I would be ill all over the place. So
right, yeah. I think most people would be. I think that's why they keep them short.
Yeah, it's when they design. Saw something where they design rides for it to be maximum fun but least pukiness.
Yeah.
So, it's very quiet tonight, isn't it? Maybe the night.
Naomi said hello and hasn't asked us a question. That's quite unusual of her.
Yeah, we've only got 4 viewers at the moment, who are lovely viewers, by the way. So come and have a chat. It's just amazing how things like this happen, though, because now we lost one because I said that. Is it that thing that's making noise? I can keep hearing a squawking noise.
It's that bleeding bird picture, surely, because that's all I keep hearing. It's like birds.
Yeah, but we got so many people on Monday and Saturday that we're bound to have the odd sort of quiet night. So
yeah,
but that's okay because it's all content. It's all good stuff. Maybe that's what it is that everybody's heard that we were slagging off Facebook groups and they've all decided to boycott us.
Possibly.
But it's still early anyway.
I don't like to get involved in that sort of nonsense, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just let them crack on with it, you know.
Yeah, no, that's that. Well, that's.
I mean, that I was in for about an hour, and I thought, what a load of shite, and I just came out. You know, I didn't post anything there detrimental or anything.
No.
I just came out. I thought, just a bunch of clowns, really. All it is like for like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just wondering, that Woody is on a break. I wonder if people think that means that we're on a break and this is recorded.
Yeah, possibly, because we was up to 5, now we're down to 3.
Yeah, just wondering, because it's like the Woody show. It could just be better if there was a smaller graphic saying, Steve has stepped out for a moment. Talk to the other guys or something.
Yeah.
We're up to 5 again anyway.
Oh, back up to 5 again.
Hello, viewers. If you like what you see, drop us a follow, and if you really like it, subscribe to us. But you're bound to get.
And if you don't, let us know why you don't.
Yeah.
That'd be rather nice.
You can't have like the same number. There's always going to be the odd quiet night, so
yeah,
that's fine. But what was I going to say anyway?
We're down to 3 again, in and out like a fucking fiddler's elbow.
Yeah, no, I was going to say something about it. So no, brain's gone. So we did the strange toilet syndrome. Where are we? Oh yes, so Steve's probably in McDonald's now.
Yeah, on his way back. He watches us on his phone, you know.
He watches to see what his minions are up to.
Yeah. We can't tell him we got 12 viewers tonight because that ain't happening.
No. It might fly up a bit later, but maybe it's just.
It's early.
Yeah.
It's normally around about 10ish that we start to pick numbers up.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But until then,
we've got to think about what to talk about because nobody's giving us any ideas what to talk about. Today, I know it's a weird thing. I guess all of our watchers and viewers are probably at work, or let's see, some may be just finishing work now. If you're sort of 4 hours behind, 5 o'clock. So we might start seeing some people coming in. I didn't do any more watching of other people this week or the last sort of couple of days. I've been just trying to get other things sorted because bills still have to be paid and bills still have to be paid, and then also sort of doing this as well. I need to just sort of make sure that whatever I'm doing is like keeping records and things like this in case the tax man comes knocking. I ordered some mad earrings anyway. Do you remember I was saying to you that I found some cheese earrings? So
Yeah.
On that site, they had other kind of novelty earrings and things. So when they come, I'll be able to wear them and show them off. And one of them made me laugh because, do you remember that time I was waving around a ruler? Here we go. I can't remember what it was, but I was waving a ruler around for some reason, and Steve was saying about how guys think that that's how big their thing is. So
Yeah.
on the earring site, they had like little rules. Like, so I thought, oh, they'll be good to have on here. So and other bits and pieces. So
I've just got 4 black ones in that one here.
oh right, yeah. Are they standard earrings, or is one a stretched one?
No, it's not a stretch one. That's just
yeah. The black round one looked like it could be a stretched.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah. So you've got I can't remember what that bit's called. That
Tragus.
Tragus.
Yeah, the Tragus.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my sister was going to have something like that.
Well, you know, I was talking about my son-in-law does this printing. He also does tattooing and piercing as well. So.
Oh, cool.
Speaking of which, I haven't seen him this week to ask him about those other things. So.
Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Interesting to see.
But yeah, he a lot of my work he done. A lot of my tattoos.
Oh, excellent.
But they're all like cover up work.
Yeah. Oh well, that's handy, isn't it?
Having a tattoo is
when you want tattoos. Yeah, I've only got the.
I've got them all over her back now. Before he came along, part of the family, she never had any.
I do like
Can't stop coughing tonight.
I do like well.
You'll have to excuse me.
That's all right. You're coming down with something because you said that you weren't feeling very well.
No, it's just my COPD is playing up to date.
All right. Have you had wet?
It's like a lot of, believe it or not, it's like a lot of things. You have flare-ups with it. You know, you can just feel the phlegm on your chest. That's what it is. And,
no, I know what you mean.
I smoked a lot today because of it. So, it's just sometimes you get a bit of a tight. I took my inhaler a little while ago just to ease it, which it does for a little while, but no, that's all it is I'm having a bad day with my
it's like anything because
and because you find it hard to breathe, I find it makes me tired.
Well, your brain lacks oxygen, and so it says you need to go to sleep because you must be tired. So that's oh, hi to our viewers. Hello, if you're enjoying it.
Hello, people.
And if
come and
really
join us. Say hello.
Come and say hello. Don't say hello. Just watch.
Yeah, look if you like.
Ask us a question. We do like viewer interaction, which is, I think, did I write that down? No, I didn't. So that's one thing that I need to write down. We love viewer interaction. We love getting our teeth into a subject. So, I have written that down. There we go. It's from that one. But when you're quiet, we just have to sit here and have a
wibble. We would sit here and wibble.
We sit here and wibble. That's exactly
we do. We wibble on a load of shite. So, you know.
You have to put up with our subjects if you're not going to give us a topic to talk about.
I'm not saying if you ask us a question, you'll get an intelligent reply, but you'll get a reply of some sort.
Exactly. So.
Yeah.
What was Oh, see, this was one that I wanted to ask Steve as well. So I've got another subject, so I won't ask it now because I wanted to ask Steve too. It's always good to have. Sometimes subjects give you scope for more people to talk and everything. So I've been really enjoying Boaty's videos. I can't help it, and he's got a new collaboration with a guy who sorts out his cars for him. And
oh right,
I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's called Mustard and Boaty Do Cars, and it's fucking hilarious. And I put a comment on there on their first video saying, as someone speaking as someone who really doesn't give a shit about cars, I loved this. I loved it because you know it really is. Okay, they're trying to basically what what they're doing is they've got this project that they're going to buy and sell cars, like buy cars really cheap, do them up a bit, and sell them. And which to me is just, that's boring. That's, there's programs about that. However, this partnership is so hilarious. Nothing's getting done apart from them having a bit of lunch. A car turns up. They look at the car and look at how dirty it is. There might be a cat in the background. One of them uses the toilet. Bodie does his very best Jeremy Clarkson, and then the video's over. And I'm sat there. I watched it. I think it was on Saturday after because they published it on the Friday, and I watched it on Saturday after our stream. And I was crying with laughter. It's just a genius. They're so mismatched. It shouldn't work.
Yeah, but it
But
does.
it does. It does. So I've been really enjoying that. Like I said, it's I don't go there for the car content. That to me is just something that's going on in the background. But it's just Bodie standing there going, well, this car, she's very, and all this kind of stuff. And all I'm doing is just laughing at because I love the way that he says his. I like the way that he articulates in a kind of pseudo posh way, and I just. So that's what I've been enjoying on YouTube recently, and I keep staying up too bloody late watching these things. I shouldn't, but I keep doing it. So hence why I'm not on the alcohol today, because I need to get some sleep tonight. And if I was on the alcohol, I would be over there watching the video.
Yeah.
You're not a drinker, are you? A big drinker at all?
No, No. When I came out the army, I was doing a bottle of brandy a day.
Oof.
Yeah, oof. And if I hadn't met my wife, it's an old cliche, it might sound like.
Oh, but it's nice.
But if I hadn't met my wife, I'd probably not be here now.
Oh, but she gave you something to clean up for.
Well, I'd lost my job. I'd lost my home. I was sofa surfing,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it was a symptom of something rather than the cause of it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and I did. She didn't see me drink as short for over 30 years. We've been together 38.
Yeah.
It's only in the past 4 or 5 years I've allowed myself to, because I can't drink a lot of beer. It bloats me out. I mean, I used to be able to drink 8-9 pints, not a problem. Not a problem. That would be a starter. Then I'd go on the shorts after. Now I'll have 2 or 3 pints. I've had enough. So I'll have a brandy and Coke.
Yeah.
Or 2. I will never have more than 3. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, never have more than 3. Yeah.
And
So no, I don't drink a
bet
lot.
you enjoy them more than you ever did the bottle of brandy.
Yeah, I because I can taste it now.
Yeah.
When you were drinking a bottle a day, you were just
like water.
Yeah. First thing in the morning, rather than have a cup of tea. Oh, where's a brandy bottle? Like, oh, here he comes. Look, and it's not good for you.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought I could hear somebody heavy breathing.
That must be your stalker because my mic was off.
Ah. Yeah, I only drink on social occasions now.
Okay.
We're talking about drinking.
We are, but can I just ask, Mickey, could you hear him breathing as well?
Yes.
So
I could hear him I could hear banging about in the background and thumping and
and then sort of
Yeah.
All right, well,
I thought he was knocking one out without the camera on or something.
Right, we're talking about drinking, are we?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't know how we got onto it, but yeah, Tracy just asked me that I'm not a big drinker, and I was explaining why.
I'm just going to do my beer du jour because now I'm not driving, I can drink, and I've got this, which is a Polish beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got no idea. I've never had it before. It was all I had in the shop. That was reasonably priced. There's nothing English on it at all, apart from the fact that it's 5.6, so which is quite a kick. Yeah. So I thought I'd mention that. I'm glad I got into drinking because that's one of the things on my list. Let me just have a sip.
Okay. Well, when you've done that, go for it. We exhausted my list while you were out. I only had one thing on it. No, it was two actually.
Right.
There was one thing you were saving for Steve.
So that again.
There was something you were saving for when Steve
Yeah,
got back.
I will do, but we'll do Steve's.
No, carry on, because I want to call up a graphic for. Because somebody, I think it was Naomi, said that these thumbnails look great when I've got all the graphics on the screen that might attract people. So I just want to call up a graphic for the next thing that I want to talk about. So talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Naomi did pop in and disappeared again.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good evening, Naomi. And there we go. Right. Okay.
One thing, Steve, that it crossed my mind while you were out is that Woody is taking a break. People might think, because you've used the word Woody, that this is recorded. Like the show is taking a break, so what you're watching isn't live, because we had no interaction apart from Naomi when you were out.
Okay.
So it's just a thought that crossed my mind, and I said it to Mickey. I said, maybe.
Well, we had numbers going up and down, didn't we?
Yeah.
But they were coming in, seeing Woody's taking a break, thought
Maybe
we were
they
on
just
a
love
break.
me.
Huh?
Maybe it's
Well,
me. Maybe it's
normally
me
the
that holds
figures
the
go
show
up to
together.
double figures when you're not here.
Maybe it's me that just holds the show together.
Well, it could be that.
It could be that, yeah.
So I reckon
But we
it's
usually do get interaction anyway.
Yeah, but I mean it's quiet. It's Wednesday. We had interaction on Monday because it was Labour Day. Monday, yeah, because it was Labour Day. So it generally happens about 10 o'clock. We start to get interaction.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I've said. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, I've got the graphic. I'm just gonna put it up now. So, where are we? Right. So yeah, it was taking on what Naomi said, that all these images on the side there look interesting. So I thought as we change subjects, if I can, I'll call up graphics for them. Go right. It's probably going to come up large on the screen. I'm sorry about that. I will change it.
You watch. We'll be in double figures now with that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Let's just
go. Point of beer.
Steve, it's a pint of beer.
Which we're going to be talking about. The reason I mention it is because obviously I've got my beer du jour here. But did you read in the press with all the horror stories that some landlords say they've got to charge 15 or 20 quid for a pint of beer with current electricity prices?
Yeah.
And I think I don't know what to think of that. I think are they just crying wolf there?
I think 20 quid is a bit over the top for it, but I think it's going to go up. I think you'll probably see a tenner a pint if they've got to pay. I mean, I listened to one woman and hers has gone up to something like from 800 quid a month to 3,600 or something in a little local pub in Norfolk here.
Yeah.
Which is, you got to sell a lot of pints to bloody $3.5 grand on bloody power for the month, so all I can advise is people going to start spending 20 quid on a pint, spend 20 quid on a bloody beer kit and make your own, or however much they are.
I won't ever see 10 quid a pint, Mickey. I'll tell you that now. I absolutely guarantee I won't see 10 quid a pint because I won't go in any pub.
And see, that is the problem. That will be the problem, that the pubs will have to close because they're not getting customers, because the only way that they can stay afloat is by charging extortionate prices, and nobody will be paying those prices, or very little people will be paying those prices. So however much you want to support your local, you can't.
But that knocks on to restaurants as well. You won't be having a pint with your dinner, or a bottle of wine with your meal or something.
Meal prices will be going up because they get cooked.
Yeah.
Energy that cooks them.
Everything in the hospitality in industry. Industry. I'll get it out in the end. Everything is going to go up. It's unsustainable. and it's diabolical that fucking Truss don't want to do anything about it.
Well, actually, she is. She is.
Today.
Didn't you hear? She is. Apparently, tomorrow she's announcing a packages to help with the energy crisis. The rumor is she's going to freeze
them
everybody's
freeze
bills.
Them. Yeah, freeze them now. Why didn't they freeze them before they just went up?
Exactly.
Because Truss wasn't
and
wasn't
she's
in
also
charge,
said,
and Boris was doing nothing.
Yeah, she's also said that she will never ever have a windfall tax on them, even though I think the Starmer said they made over 100-odd billion.
Yeah.
In profits.
Well,
so where
she
are they
doesn't want to lose the
100-odd
donors.
billion from?
She don't want to lose the donors, does she?
No.
Oh.
But where's she getting 100? Where are they getting 100-odd billion from? From your and my pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, they can dig as much oil and gas out the bloody ground as they like, but unless they can sell it to people, they're not making those profits, are they?
But I'm not. Go on, sorry, Mickey.
We're paying those profits, so why should it be that?
It's nice to see you having a rant. Go for it, Mickey.
No, I'm just at a loss for words of why.
That's the last thing you are.
I just can't understand why she can't see it. And all she's talking about is but that'll bring more jobs. How the fuck is it going to bring more jobs when people can't even afford to eat?
Yeah. I saw a clip of her saying that she didn't want to do a windfall tax because that would we don't want to discourage investors in Britain and businesses in Britain.
3 months ago, I don't know, it was Shell or BP, one of the guys said he'd be happy to pay a windfall tax.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, and it is it's a lot of money. Those profits are a lot of money. They should be able to just skim a tiny percentage off the top and go, there you go, we're going to give that back to the community to
one of the energy OVO Energy, I think it is giving all of their customers £400.
That's good. Yeah.
So I'm with British Arse.
Even if they voluntarily offered 5% of their profits.
Yeah.
That's still 5 billion.
Yeah, no, I agree, Mickey. It's wrong, but I'm not gonna. I'm not one. I don't actually like getting involved in politics, Mickey. If I'm absolutely honest. So I'm going to wait until see what Truss says, because obviously this is something that does affect me. I mean, we've done everything we can to cut our electricity bills. We didn't do it specifically, but I've just bought, or I haven't. Sean's just bought a 1-cup kettle because our old kettle went wrong, and I thought, well, given the cost of electricity is going up, let's buy a 1-cup kettle. And things like I've replaced every single light bulb in the house now with low energy LED bulbs.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
So even my key light up here is low energy LED. It's only 45 watts. And I think the biggest we don't use the tumble dryer unless we actually have to, and the biggest consumer of electricity in this house is probably my PC.
Yeah, same.
We've got a fridge freezer. We've got 2 fridge freezers. We've got a fridge freezer and we've got a freezer. But my PC is on all the time I'm awake, so because I watch TV and everything on it. We used to have a plasma TV, but I got rid of that and got an LCD TV. And I'll tell you what, that didn't half make a difference, electricity bill. I don't see that mentioned anywhere that people. I don't see that mentioned anywhere about how expensive plasma TVs are. Right? Jesus, were they expensive? I couldn't believe how much my electricity bill dropped when we got rid of the plasma TV. So yeah, the cost of living. But like I say, we've got a beer there because 15 or £20 a pint. I'm not going to pay.
What is that? Oh Jesus!
I'm not going to pay £7 a pint, Mickey. At the moment, up at my real ale pub that I go to, we're looking at £5.50 for the more expensive ones. I'm happy to pay that because it is real ale and it is a little brewery, and they can't make beer as cheap as, say, Heineken can or Gores Molson can.
No, it's bulk.
And it's real ale, but that's it. £6 a pint is the top I will pay. Any more than that, and I will not pay. I will not pay £5 a pint for Foster's. Fuck that.
No.
You know, that's not happening. This is a pint can. Well, it's not a pint can. It's the equivalent of a pint can. And I bought 4 of these for £6.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen if beer becomes too expensive. Well, as you know, I can't go out to the pub anyway from next week. But that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to pay that sort of money for beers. But I'm wondering if they're actually crying a little bit of wolf there. I don't, just a little bit. I mean, that's excessive. I've just done some maths, Mickey, and you said the bill went up from 500 to $3,000. Did you say?
No, from about, I forget what it was now, but it went up to 3,600 from about £500 or £600 a month.
Okay,
so it's like
I've just done a quick bit of maths, and assuming their wet sales are 450 to 500 grand a year, to recover that, they'd only have to increase a pint by £2.
Yeah.
So it's I think there's a little bit of
I mean, that's up here.
Yeah.
But then,
Overhead expenses down where you are a lot more than they are here.
Yeah, but that's tied houses.
But then you've also got to take into account the people who will say, I'm not paying £8 for a pint, fuck that. So if they're not paying, they're going to have to put even more money onto the pint. So your maths then works out as long as everybody still comes in as regularly as they normally do.
Very true. I like the pub social life. I won't deny it. I enjoy the pub social life, which is why I go out down the pub. But there's no way that I'm going to pay that sort of money for a pint. That's just not happening. Especially like I just said, that I can go for things like where I am at the moment.
Speaking of beer, did you ever get any CO2 in the end?
No, they're still not. I phoned them yesterday. Actually, I phoned them yesterday. I said, I want to brew some beer at home, and they said there's a home bar. And I said, yeah. They said, we're still not supplying you CO2. And I said, why not? And they said, because CO2 apparently is made from the fumes from burning off grain.
All right.
And because of the shortage of grain, because Ukraine. Although the imports are now starting to come in, it's not enough to supply the trade and home brewers. So he said, give it a month maybe, and then I'll get some. Because I can't even start the brew until I get the CO2.
No.
Because otherwise it would just be wasted.
Pointless.
And I've got some Woodford's Wherry I want to brew.
Because that's another alternative than spending £20 on a pint. Is all I was thinking.
Yeah.
If you can brew your own.
I don't actually need the CO2 because I do 2 types of brewing. I do the standard brewing, but I can also do something called pressure brewing, pressure vessels.
Yeah, which you
brew and you keep the pressure at. I keep the pressure at £12 per square inch, which causes it to carbonate, and it's very quick. It actually brews in about half the time. So a Woodford's Wherry pressure brewed would take me about 2 weeks instead of 4 weeks. Unfortunately, it's just me. I think it's just me. But pressure brewed beer doesn't quite taste the same as naturally brewed beer.
Well, no, because by accelerating the process, you must lose some of the taste and I mean, something that brews slowly, matures slowly, like a cheese, really.
Cheese. He mentioned cheese. Fuck me, mentioned cheese. But no, I know what you mean, Mickey. And then of course,
if you leave it, the longer it's the same with whiskey and that, isn't it? The longer that you leave it to brew, the fuller the flavour, isn't it?
Well, the other thing with pressure brewing is...
If you're going to... Yeah, carry on, sorry.
The other thing with pressure brewing is it's all done in a single container, and you actually drink from the same container you brewed in. When I'm brewing ordinarily, I don't do that. What I do is I actually brew the beer until all the yeast has turned the sugar to alcohol. Then I decant it into a second container, which I serve from, leaving all the sediment and shit behind. When you're pressure brewing, you've got all that still in the beer, and that can actually taint it. Although I have got a pressure vessel where you shut a valve off and it keeps all the crap in the bottom. So that's the other way of doing it. But I prefer CO2. I prefer CO2.
Just gas it as you need it.
Yeah, conventional brewing, right? You actually don't CO2 the beer. Conventional brewing, when you transfer it to the second vessel, you put sugar in, and that carbonates it, but you can never guarantee that it's going to be carbonated all the way through.
Yeah.
But with CO2, when I put it in the second pressure vessel, I use CO2 to pump the beer out, which automatically carbonates it. So I prefer it. I prefer the carbonation. So no, I haven't brewed any beer in that respect, Mickey. Which is I see. We picked up a new viewer. So hello, new viewer. I can see you there. Honestly, I can. I can see you there. Look, see, I can see you. We're just talking about the energy crisis in the UK and how some pub landlords are thinking about quadrupling the price of beer. So please come in and join us if you
also,
if
Steve,
you've got an opinion.
I don't know if you can hear it, but you've got an active thunderstorm happening in your around about your area at the moment. Looking on the lightning maps.
Let me show you my area. You saying my area, right? Let me show you my area. There you go. That's my area. Can you see any active thunderstorms there?
I'll have to wait for it to come up on. Oh, what? How have you got daylight?
No, I've got very good CCTV. Actually, no, I haven't. What's happened is CCTV needs a reboot. You're looking at what happened 3 hours ago. Sorry, you're looking at what happened 3 hours ago.
I was just like, hang on a minute. I literally had to look out the window then. Fucking hell, you're on a different.
There you go. Look,
to me.
It's gone dark now.
Yay.
Yeah, there you go. I just clicked it to update. There you go. That's what it's looking like. So as you can see.
Yeah, no, it's just on lightning maps. There's some lightning going on. Not necessarily like raining, but there's lightning definitely.
Let's leave the CCTV up. We'll see it when it happens. All right.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
Hang on. All right. Sorry. Alexa was wibbling about something.
Next door was wibbling about something.
Yeah. So that's one of the subjects that I wanted to cover. Beer. Now I think we've done that one to death. Just to pick up on something Mickey said the other day. Mickey, you said that this is now your social life. And I don't think you were joking. I think you were quite serious about it, weren't you?
I was quite serious about that.
That is how this, I don't know whether you guys know, but that is how this started for me. Streaming, because I was locked in during the first lockdown. It would have been too dangerous for me to go out. So I discovered streaming in that respect. So yeah, this has become effectively my social life. I don't think it's sad. I don't actually think it's sad. You?
No, it's not. No, I don't think it's sad. And I think I said the other night that I didn't watch any. If I don't think I watched any of the earlier stuff when you first started doing it, but I was sometimes finding myself at sort of a loose end in the evening. Sort of, I'd done some work and I was having a glass of wine and I didn't feel like doing any sort of hobbies and things, and nobody fancied a chat on the phone or anything, and so I started dropping in to your streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was around about when you first started having Mickey on, and you had Jason on once, and I started watching this, and also you had the thank you, Mickey. And also you had the.
It's in the right place,
it is,
isn't
yeah.
it?
Hey, listen. Also, you had the pub stream, so you were streaming from that. I think that was when it started really sort of being interesting for me, because you had the pub stream, and it was that fake phone box pub stream that really got me.
It was not a fucking fake. Tell the truth, Tracy.
Yeah, no, I know, but I call it the fake. It's inverted commas fake phone box stream because it wasn't a fake phone box, and
Right.
you had viewers typing in saying, no, green screen, it's fake, and you even unplugged everything and got your wheelchair all the way up the end of the road and all the way back, turned around at the phone box and all the way back again, and you plugged yourself in and they're still going fake. So it was that had me laughing about it, and got me hooked, and I started watching it. You know, like I said, at the end of the day, I didn't fancy doing anything. There was nothing on telly, so I'm watching you guys. And then the next thing, I find myself on here. So you were my social life at first, and now I'm actually involved in the social life, and I love it. I find it really interesting. I find it fun. You know, I have to put my sides back together because they split most nights. What are you checking for, Steve?
When I'm see the nights on, I do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays here. But when I'm not here, I'm gaming with other friends. So that is my social life as well. But most of my social life seems to evolve around my PC.
Yeah, mine.
You know?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm just trying to balance the audio levels to make sure that we're all at the same volume.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm the same. All my social life, 99% of my social life happens on the computer. I talk to my kids, I talk to my friends, I talk to my siblings, or, you know, like doing the messenger. Sometimes I do voice text as well. And if you ever get a voice message from me via messenger, it's because I've forgotten that I normally do the voice messages to my family, and it's just that I'll have forgotten what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, no. So I'm similar to Mickey, but I don't do the gaming aspect. But yeah. So hello viewers. If you like what you see, drop us a follow, and if you really like it, subscribe. And that's Steve waving. I can't see.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Mick.
I'm going for a
candy stick. Woohoo! Yeah. Gonna do his little animation.
Just to let everybody know, if you watch this channel long enough, right, you can get several things. Actually, if you watch the channel long enough and you build up enough Woody points or Woody rewards, which is in the bottom left-hand corner of your chat, if you click that, it'll tell you how many Woody rewards you've got. If you build up enough, you can get one of these, which is a limited edition postcard of the Woody Show. There's only 100 of these ever been printed, and they will be numbered, so they're very unique. You can also get your own emote or your own logo. I will, if you pick up enough channel points, I will build you your own emote or your own logo. All of the emotes that run on this channel, I did myself. So all of the logos that Mickey and Tracy use, I know Tracy's got her own logo, and I think I did one for Mickey, but Tracy uses her own logo. But all the logos I did for this channel, I do myself. And all these little things that you see running, like Mickey's on a break, I did myself. So all those sort of things that I do. So you've got the chance of getting all of those. So I thought I'd get a plug in there. You don't have to pay for them. They're absolutely free. All you have to do is watch this channel long enough. You earn enough Woody's rewards, and we worked it out, Tracy, didn't we? You earn about 420 an hour, don't you?
That's right. And the more active you are in chat, the quicker that you.
The quicker the quicker you build up Woody rewards.
If you're literally just sitting watching us, it's about 400 channel points an hour. But then if you're more active, and I think if you if you're chatting in the chat, then you earn more, and it's more quickly.
More quickly. Did you really say more quickly?
More quickly.
We can't work it out because what it is Twitch don't tell you how they count channel points. What they do say is they adjust it dynamically. So, but we figured it's about 400. I figured it's about 400 an hour for people that don't chat, just watch. So you can build up your channel points that way. You don't have to do it. in one session. You might come and watch an hour here and an hour there. But if you want a logo or an emote, I will make them for you. And I'm actually pretty good at this, which always makes me laugh when I get all these spam like I have tonight about people telling me they can do channel emotes for me. Go on, then see if you can do better than me. You know, that's spam for you. I won't go through my next subjects until Mickey gets back, but
yeah, I was doing the same when you were away. There was a subject that I thought that I'd written down, but I thought it's probably better if we're all in the room at the same time.
Absolutely, it does make a major difference there. I've got a whole list of subjects tonight I want to go through actually, and some.
Me and Mickey often sit here when you're taking Sean. You've heard us anyway. You've seen us and that. But we sit here and we just we have a discussion. There's pick a topic. We have a bit of a chat. If there's people asking us questions, then we'll talk around that. And you could see you've seen that we do have a good old discussion. But there's subjects that it's like, right, you know, the more people the merrier.
Yeah, the more people
what were
the
you
merrier.
going to say?
I forget what I was going to say because I can't fucking find where I brought my TV camera in. Where are we? Hang on. I want to move it across to the right. Oh, there it is. Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you want to move it over.
I want to move it over.
There's a bus or something.
Yeah, there's a bus going past. Let's turn it off and turn it on again. No, it's not coming on now. Ah, there it is. Right. Okay. I've locked it. That's why. Right. Okay. All right. Give me a second, Mickey, and I'll call you back in. Give me a second. I just want to keep that over there because we were doing lots of other stuff. Right. Let's bring Mickey back. There we go. Right. Okay. Right. Next on my list will be. Let me just make that a bit smaller. The CCTV. Make that a bit smaller. I don't want to pack the screen up with too many moving things because it slows things down. Next on my list of things to talk about will be shorts.
Pardon?
Shorts.
Shorts. Oh, SHRTS.
Shorts. Yeah. There was an article in the Sun today, and I told both of you about it earlier. From a doctor that says, I'm a doctor, and this is why you don't shit yourself when you fart. Well, if you do shit yourself when you fart, it's called sharting.
Yes.
And the doctor says it's almost impossible if you let a fart go for you to shit yourself. I promise you, if that doctor was on the medication I was on, he would know that was wrong. Right?
It's bollocks. You don't even need to have the runs to accidentally shart.
No. No.
It's just mistiming it and getting it wrong and stuff like that.
And believe me, with the medication I'm on, I've quite often got it wrong.
I don't think so. I think it's I think your stomach or generally your rectum kind of knows the difference between a solid and a gas.
Yeah.
And it's more likely to let the gas out first because what's happening is that the rectum is kind of like wanting to get rid of any solids and the gas comes out first. Otherwise it would be really explosive if you had a lot of fart build up behind a bit of poop. It's a very poopy night tonight. A lot of fart building up behind a bit of poop, and if you wanted to get rid of the fart you had to poop first, it would just like bang. It would be like that. No, I don't. But yeah, no, I don't.
Yeah, no, but I don't. Do you know how many contradictions you used in one fucking sentence then?
Yeah, no.
So I just thought we'd talk about that. I thought that would be an interesting subject and that would get us going for a while, but obviously it hasn't. So I'll move on to my next.
Mickey might have thoughts. Mickey's just sat there contemplating.
Did you say Mickey might have thoughts? Mickey, do you have thoughts?
No.
No. Have you got anything to say on the subject of shouting?
I'm not sat here constipated either, Tracy.
You what?
I'm not sat here constipated either.
No. No.
That's what you said, wasn't it? Or was it
Contemplating.
contemplating? I do beg your pardon.
Mickey could be sat there constipating.
Yeah.
Have you had any? Have you got any thoughts on sharting, Mickey?
Well, I've never done it myself. Huh? I've never farted and shit myself. I mean, I've sat on the loo and had a good old fart and then a dump, but other than that, I mean, I haven't actually. No.
You should try the medication I'm on, mate. I'll tell you, it does happen.
I really don't.
Yeah, it does happen.
Oh,
does
bloody
happen.
hell. I've just massive, great big lightning. Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh, yeah. Outside Steve's.
Yeah, it showed up on my camera as well. I saw it as well on my camera.
Yeah, that
right.
one, I saw that one.
Okay, right.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Okay, swiftly moving on then. My next one is coming on to streaming, right? Start screens. And I know Tracy's got some things to say about some people. I went on to some guy today and it said, I got a notification. This guy, I've unfollowed him now, right? I'll tell you what, people, all right? It's very simple, right? If I follow you and you present me and I click on going live and you present me with a start screen, if you don't tell me how long that start screen is going to be on for, I'm just going to unfollow you. All right? I had one guy today, I clicked on it, it said starting soon. 8 minutes and it still said starting soon. And I thought, at least I've got my start screen runs for 5 minutes and I've got a timer on there so that anyone coming along can see exactly how long it is before they're starting. And he wasn't just the only one doing it. I come across a dozen people today that have all got starting screens that give you no idea how soon you're starting. I mean, that pisses me off. I just want to click off. If you said starting in 2 minutes, I'll hang about for 2 minutes. If you said starting in 4 minutes, I'll hang about for 4 minutes. If you don't give me any clue, and I've got to sit there wondering how long it takes you to fucking start, I'm off. Tracy.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, so I'll say what I saw yesterday, but to answer that, you know what they're doing? They're copying the top streamers who can afford to do that because they've got 5.5 million people following them or subbing to them or whatever. And they think, you know, they can have a half-hour start screen which doesn't even have a timer on it. They can do that. They can afford to do it. People will come in. But when you're starting out or when you don't have a lot of viewers generally, you can't afford to do it. What I saw yesterday was literally it was a garden chair, like the camera was on the table and there was like a garden chair and a tree. There was not a view, it was just that's it. So I thought, okay, let's see what happens here. And I had it sort of floating in another browser while I got on with other stuff. And I kept clicking back sort of every minute or so. Still nothing happening. And it went on. I can't remember how long I said it. It was like 6 minutes and still nothing had happened. Anyway, eventually a guy shows up and he's sort of scraping something with something. And this happened for a little bit. He didn't say hello. He didn't acknowledge the camera. He didn't acknowledge any viewers. He's just scraping away at something. Then he sort of smoked a bong or something, you know, and then he disappeared again. So, right, okay. And then he came back and there was music playing and he just sort of like to the music. After about half an hour, his connection fucked up and he disappeared. But that was literally the entire stream.
Why did you watch it?
Oh, I didn't. That's what I said it was on another browser window while I was getting on with other stuff. I wanted to see just how bad it was going to get, and it was so bad it was good. That's what I mean. It was just, but I just wanted to see what was going to happen. Was he going to do something amazing? And he didn't. He just buggered off. So that's how not to get viewers. And when people go on to like the groups and stuff like this, oh, I don't know, how do I get viewers? How do I get my viewer count up? Be interesting. That's what you've got. Just be yourself. Do something. Talk. Speak about something that you know. Anything.
Acknowledge viewers. Like we've just got another viewer come on. Hello. I can see you there. I don't know who you are, but I can see you there. So acknowledge viewers. That's what I say as well. You know, but Let's just, Mickey, have you got any thoughts?
Well, I like to see a timer, to be fair, because say I come on, somebody want to follow, I get notification, 5 minutes. So, I mean, I can go and make a cup of tea, come back. I know that, I'm going to be back in time. But if, like you say, it's going to be sitting there with the time, I'll sit there for about a minute and then I'll go because I can't be asked to sit. You could be sitting there half an hour waiting, like you said.
But if you've got a timer, sorry to interrupt.
If I've got a timer, like I say, I've got time to go make a cup of tea, have a smoke, come back, sit and watch the stream. So yeah, a timer is absolutely a good thing to have.
Right, so so we're all in agreement. If you're going to have a starting screen, have a timer.
A timer.
Which, by the way, I can make for people. I can make you a starting screen with a timer. I can do all sorts of timers, clocks, LCDs, LED ones. I think I'll have to add that to channel points, won't I?
Yep.
Yep, a start screen timer for you, so I can make timers, which, as long as you're using OBS, will run to do that. So we're all in agreement with that timers are pretty... Oh, I'm sorry, Mickey.
I was just going to say, it is a useful thing, like I said, because, hang on, my favourite stream is going to be on in 10 minutes. I've got time to bloody, like I say, make a cup of tea, go have a cigarette, or, in Steve's case, straighten his stockings, polish his head, before the stream starts.
And even if let's say they can't make a start screen and they can't afford to pay someone to make a start screen, or or whatever, they for some reason they can't have a start screen. Bloody hell, my window just made a funny noise. So for some reason they cannot have a start screen. Anybody can get a piece of card. I know it's not a timer countdown, but anybody can get a piece of card and say, I'll be here in 5 minutes. Plonk that in front of the...
That doesn't work though, Tracy, because I can come in after 3 minutes and it'll still say 5 minutes. So I piss off and make a cup of tea because I'm going to be 5 minutes, and it's already started when I come back.
No, I know.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
But I'm just saying anything that means that, because you could, if there's nothing, then you could be like, well, how long has this been going for? Is it 5 minutes or 30 minutes? At least if you came in and it said 5 minutes, all you've got to wait for the longest.
That 5 minutes could have been sat there 30 minutes.
Yeah, but if he's not on.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be contradictory.
I agree. But if he's not, if he or she isn't dedicated enough to the stream to actually come in after that 5 minutes, that's his or her loss.
Yes.
Whereas really, like what I'm saying is, if they could be dedicated to their streaming, but can't afford or can't do all the fancy stuff yet, just have something that acknowledges that I will be here in a minute.
I think if I remember correctly, I think Stream Elements will give you a you can get a free timer with Stream Elements. Can I make an observation, Tracy, about your glasses?
Yeah.
I've noticed this, by the way. When you're on a smaller screen, because your glasses are reflecting the PC, makes you look like you've got like milk bottle lenses.
I know, it's because, there we go.
Yep, that's it, exactly that, yeah.
Yeah, it's because they're cheapos. I can't, yeah. So the lens is right in the middle rather than spread out. And next time,
go to Asda, right? Go to Asda. I got 2 pairs of rimless varifocals with anti-glare coating. And I know you can see the glare from my light, but that's not surprising given how much power it is. But you won't see the glare from my PC in my lenses.
Yeah,
2 pairs, anti-glare coated, frameless, rimless, 130 quid.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
3 quid. 3 quid.
Oh,
yeah, from fucking Home Bargains or something.
This is why I got these, because they wanted to give me varifocals and everything like this, and charge me about £300. And I was like, why do I need varifocals? They said, well, you need long range, long sight, but you also need ones to be able to look at the computer and read. And you need varifocals so that you can look from one to the other. And I'm like, but I don't do that. If I'm looking in the distance at something, I'm not going to be sitting reading at the same time. So I just got the long sight ones and went to Poundland and Primark and bought a shitload of... Oh, You look like you're going to go on a motorbike.
They're my distance glasses.
Yeah.
But they're that size because when I was at work, dust.
Oh, of course. Yes.
So, and these are my reading glasses. I can't get on with varifocals.
No, my mum never could either, because my mum used to sit at the computer, and obviously the sort of top half is your long sight, so she can't see the computer to do that. So she'd be like, she'd sit back from the computer and she'd be like that, because she was a typist. And I thought, that looks so uncomfortable. You have to push your chair away so that you can get your head at the right angle. These are my long sights, which I used to use for the computer, but I can't see properly now. And they're dirty as well. Bloody hell.
Just to really mind you, I've also got contact lenses.
Yeah, I'm
No, I
talking about
can't get on with them.
Eh?
I can't get on with contact lenses.
Oh, I love my contact lenses, but I don't wear them in the summer. Now that winter's coming, now that the nights are drawing in, I'll start to wear my contact lenses more. The reason I can't wear them in the summer is because these are photochromic, the reactor lights. Yeah. So as soon as I go out there in the bright light, they darken. Well, if you've got contact lenses on, they're not reactor lights, so the bright lights you end up looking like that all the time, or you've got to put a pair of sunglasses on, which sort of defeats the point of having contact lenses in the first place. But now the sun isn't so bright, I'll start wearing my contact lenses. Oh, I love my contact lenses. I love them.
No, I can't.
I love
If
them.
I get dry eyes, you'll every now and again you'll see me doing this because my eyes are so dry.
Oh, and I thought you were doing that because we made you laugh so much.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
Well, you make me fucking cry, not laugh. I'm just wiping the tears away.
I get dry eyes as well. I've got this on prescription. Theolog Duo.
Oh right. I buy the little Optrex mist that you just spray over. Close your eye and just spray it on your lids and.
I've got this. I've got to take this. I get dry eyes. I've got to take this 4 times a day. Eye drops, Theolog Duo, and I do that 4 times a day. But I can still wear contact lenses, and I love my contact lenses. I really do. They're absolutely fantastic. But anyway, that was not on my list. Coming back off of my list, right? Coming back onto another thing related to streaming, face cams or lack of them. So I've been looking through that. I've been looking through that Facebook
close
group.
the window. I'm coming straight back. I've got to close the window.
Okay. So I looked on that Facebook group, Nikki, and I've actually a lot of people saying, "Help me to reach affiliate. Help me to reach affiliate." And I've clicked on them and I've clicked through to their streams, and they haven't got face cams. They haven't got cameras. And
I watched one yesterday, Steve, and all it was a screen of them gaming.
Yeah.
And you could just hear their voices in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Well, that's fucking boring.
Yeah. You're never going to get anywhere. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people in there that say you don't need a face cam to succeed. Now, you didn't. Maybe that was true 12 years ago.
Yeah. But a lot of the good streamers I watch now, they've got a little camera down in the corner of their screen.
Yep.
So that you can see them and the rest of the screen is the game.
Yep.
At least you're getting some interaction then. But to have nothing at all, I think is absolutely bloody pointless.
You're not doing yourself any favour.
And they don't even this guy I was watching, he doesn't even react to any comments in the chat or anything like that. It's just him and his 3 mates giggling and swearing and thought, how the fuck did I end up subscribe to this? And I haven't subscribed.
What I was saying the other day. I was watching. I went in to see what was going on with this one guy, and I've been looking around at the other streams, and
I'm just going to go and get another beer while Tracy's talking because she's fucking boring, so I won't miss anything.
You got enough time to drink it as well, mate.
Carry on, Tracy.
I see. So I don't watch gameplay, and I know people do, but I don't watch the gameplay. But if there's gameplay without a face, that's one thing. But if there's just the camera looking at the person playing the game and no gameplay whatsoever, you can't even hear the gameplay. He's just sitting there like you picked up your console the other day and you were going like that. If it's literally just this,
Yeah.
Oh,
Apple pie.
what? It's a funny looking drink.
Apple pie.
Don't you make me want an apple pie now? If it's just that, why am I going to stick around and watch it? And why would you get subscribers?
Yeah.
Why will people subscribe to you? Like you said, Mickey, that it was just him and a couple of his mates giggling. Wow.
Yeah, playing the game.
And
You
there's
know,
no
the whole screen was just the game.
Yeah.
There was no reaction to what was going on in chat. There was no face cam or even, like I say, you put a little picture down in the corner of your screen of you actually playing. There was nothing. And I thought, I don't even know how the fuck I got subscribed to it. But I soon got rid of it because it's absolutely diabolical.
Absolutely diabolical.
I had to pop that in somewhere.
That rain's here, Tracy.
Oh,
I don't see it on your camera.
No.
It's not here yet, though. Looking on my camera.
yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Oh, you've had a couple of strikes in your area, but not as much as we've got down here. Wasn't expecting any tonight, to be honest. I looked at the weather earlier and it didn't say that it was going to be wet, but there we go. But it was going to be yesterday.
So we're all agreed, right? That
Yeah.
two basic mistakes streamers are making is they have start screens with no timers
Yeah.
and no face cam. If you've got those two, you're not gonna...
but with the subsection on the no face cam, don't just have your face. Don't just have you. If it's just you doing this or looking at your game doing this and not doing anything else, that's boring. There's, because if you can't see any of the
What do
game,
you want them to do? Knock one out?
what?
What do you want them to do? Knock one out?
I want them to do anything. Steve, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. Go on, carry on.
They're
She
not
missed it, didn't she, Mickey?
Yeah, she did.
They're not showing the game.
Somewhere over up here.
Way over.
What do I want them to do? Knock one out? I'd rather they knock one out than do nothing. Literally, I don't want to be watching somebody just fiddling with their
Mickey,
knobs.
stop knocking one out. That wasn't an excuse to do it.
Oh, damn.
Go on, carry on, Tracy.
But I don't want to just see. Mickey, have you got your controller near you? No, he's rocking now. Now, if you just
knocking one out.
Yeah. Now, that's it. Right now, this. If you just look at Mickey, that's it. There's no gameplay. There's no interaction. There's just that. I don't want to just watch a stream of that.
No, nobody does.
Exactly. Thank you, Mickey. You can stop playing with your knob now.
Yeah, you can go back knocking one out, Mickey.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you need to borrow Steve's Voltarol?
Yeah. But it all comes back to this what I was saying on my techie night, that it's just low effort or no effort. All people think they need to do is stream a game and they'll be on their way to fame and fortune. But like I keep saying to people, you're competing against 1,000 other streamers doing exactly the same thing. You've got to be a bit different. If you're not going to put a face cam up, if you're not going to react to your audience, you're not going to get very far. Should we change subject now?
If you want.
Carry on.
This is one that really pisses me off. Absolutely pisses me off, because I never did it as a child, and I made sure as a parent it never happened with my kids. School runs.
Oh. Bane.
Unbelievable. Go on, Mickey.
To be fair, my daughter has to use the car to take my granddaughter to school because they live about 4 miles away. And you can't expect an 8-year-old to walk 4 miles. Having said that, when I was at school, we'd walk over 2 miles each way to school. Never did us any harm, but 4 miles down country roads I don't think is much advisable. But those who turn up in their fucking great big Chelsea tractors who've driven a quarter of a mile up the road, still in their dressing gown and fucking slippers, I think they should be banned. Yeah. So carry on.
I was about to say that I once my kids all walk to school, and their school was 2 miles from where I am.
So did mine.
And they all walk to school. Good evening, Klein. You've had a sub gifted to you, and you've got the sub badge. Look, he's got the badge, Mickey. You haven't got the badge, but he's got the badge.
Oh, he's got it. That's because I give it to him.
I once went up to one of these women, and she pulled up right on the zigzags.
Yeah.
She parked on the zigzags, and she left her engine running while she was waiting for a child. And I said to her, I said, why have you got such a big car? This is a Range Rover. And she looked at me and she said, I like the high riding position. And I said, no, I didn't ask how you got it. I said, why do you like such a big car? And she said to me, because I like the high riding position. That was her answer. I said, no other reason. I said, why are you doing waiting here with your engine running? Oh, I picked my kids up to keep them safe. And I looked at her exhaust pipe, right, and I looked at her and I said, are you fucking kidding me? And she said, what? And I said, you're actually poisoning your children and you think you're keeping them safe? Seriously?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
But another point I'd have made, Steve, is why the fuck are you parked on them zigzags?
Yeah. Oh, they don't. They park there round here. I've got junior school.
Oh, they do it here.
Yeah.
They do it here. They'll park anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Do you know what? And I'm not kidding. This is straight up. Round by where my daughter takes my granddaughter to school, they'll even pull up onto people's drives to drop their kids off.
Well, the school is also on a bus route, and I guarantee that at 9:15 and at 3:15 every day, they stop the buses from coming through. They absolutely block the road. We are. There's only one way off of my estate, and that's past the school. And I won't go out during school. I've got a hospital appointment tomorrow at 4:30. And that's going to be. I've got to actually leave my house. I mean, the hospital's only 5 miles up the road from me. I'm going to leave my house at 3:00. The reason I'm going to leave my house at 3:00 is because if I try and leave at 3:15, I won't make it, Mickey.
Yeah, because of the school run fucking mums.
The school run mums, yeah. The school run mums. Yeah. And it's so noticeable during the half terms and the school holidays how clear the roads are. And it is a problem. You can see how much of a problem it is as soon as the...
I noticed it in the pandemic as well.
Yeah.
Notice how,
absolutely.
How less, because I mean, I still had to go to work, come home from work and what have you, and how much little traffic was on, which accounts, a lot of that accounts for the school runs. And then we get them around here, they'll say, well, I've got to get to work, so I'll drop my little... Well, you haven't got to drop your little one off and go to work. She can fucking walk while you're driving off to work. What's wrong with that? You haven't got to drop them off at work, at school so you can get to work. There's no reason for it.
Just to Klein, do you have these problems in the United States? Tracy, have you got any thoughts on school runs?
I always used to walk to school. I was going to say walk to work then. I always used to walk to school. My parents didn't drive and I didn't know anybody who had cars. It was about a 15-minute walk, so it wasn't too bad. Didn't do me any harm, as they say. And then my kids, when they were at primary, I walked them. And then they changed schools and it was a little bit further away. And sometimes we would walk, sometimes we would get the bus, depending, like on weather and stuff like that. And then they went to secondary school and it was up to them to get themselves to school and from school. So what gets me is that a lot of the time it's one the driver and like one kid in one car.
Yeah.
Why don't you car share? Why don't you take 3 kids? You're all going to the same place. So why don't you one day one does the run, one day another one does the run? That will cut down if you really, really have to drive your little one to school, then work out a car share, work out a timetable.
Just to interrupt, Klein, we don't have the same. We don't have. I forgot in the United States they have a school bus system. Klein, we don't have the school bus system here. It never caught on. I don't know why. We did when I actually went to my senior school. We did have the school bus system because I could get a bus to my senior school, but I chose to cycle, which was 12 miles. So I'd cycle 12 miles in the morning and 12 miles back home again. But no, in the UK we don't have the school bus system, so that's a bit different. Sorry, in case you don't know that in America they bus their children to school.
Yeah, the yellow ones.
Yeah,
Yellow
yellow ones. Yeah.
When I was at school, they had school buses, but you had to live outside a 3 mile area, and we were like 1/4 mile inside that 3 mile area, which means that we had to walk almost 3 miles to school, and the same on the way back. But
yeah, I seem to remember.
I think I mentioned before I was brought up in care, so they wouldn't even pay. I couldn't even use an ordinary bus because they wouldn't pay bus fares.
Oh.
So we had to walk. We had no other option.
Yeah,
if you didn't go to school, you got fucking belted.
I seem to remember that there was something when my girls were at secondary school that if you lived outside it, I think it may well have been a 3 mile thing, then you got your fares paid for. And they were just inside the 3 mile radius thing, so I had to pay for their fares because they couldn't. They could walk, but generally, you know what teenagers are like. It takes 3 times
3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hours.
exactly. A half-hour walk is actually 3 hours, and And being in London as well, it's just sometimes it's just safer to go on the bus because of. If it was just one long straight road, that's fine, but it's all the little side roads and all the fucking idiots.
They did experiment round here for a little while with what they call, I forget what they call them now, where you'd have 2 parents would take about 10, 12 in a little, like a train. Do you know what I mean?
Walking buses.
Sorry?
Walking buses.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they'd all have their little yellow jackets on.
Yeah,
but that didn't last long. That didn't last long. But I mean, that's another idea that people use. If they're scared of their kids getting abducted or whatever, something happening to them on the way to school, organise yourself a little walking bus.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know, rather than use. I mean, then you've got 12 kids instead of 12 fucking Chelsea tractors.
Exactly. When I
not only are you getting the exercise for your kids, but you're not polluting the atmosphere with 12 bloody vehicles.
Yeah. When I was at work and the kids were at primary, I was paying for after school care, and it was an after school club, and the leaders would go to the school and collect all the kids, and they would do this walking bus. They would all go back with this person, you know, and go back to wherever it was, and until the parents finished work and picked them up.
Yeah.
Crazy American spelling there. I've just had to correct.
Yeah, you didn't put the S on it.
Yeah, if you've got the S, you've got the S.
But Lego gets an extra S. So maths, they've stolen the S off of maths and put it onto Lego because it shouldn't be Legos.
No,
Lego.
No.
If you want multiple Lego, it's Lego bricks or Lego pieces. You don't say Legos.
Yeah, I know. And it sounds like Lego over anyway.
See what Klein's saying there. He said kids can easily pass senior high school and not know how to write here. And we get that over here as well. You know?
Yep.
They'll come out of school not being able to read or bloody add up.
Fine. I'll tell you what, the education system in America, I'm not normally very disingenuous about Americans. I mean, I know I joke about cheese, but that's just a joke. But I've got to tell you, right, I trawl a lot of the Facebook Twitch groups, and the level of education shown by people in America in the Twitch groups is absolutely amazing. I am staggered. The other day, I put a post in a Facebook group and said, if you just drop your link to this post, you will be ignored. And do you know what they all did? They all fucking dropped their links, didn't they, Tracy?
Yep.
And the literacy amongst the Americans there, I have to wonder if they're. I actually have to wonder if they're talking Japanese sometimes. And It's absolutely unbelievable. And you're right. I think it is social media. I think social media really has screwed with kids' brains. Which brings me nicely onto another subject, another streamer I won't watch. Any streamer that calls me bro, bruv, brew, or fam, I just go away. I'm not your brother. I'm not your family. Just fuck off with that. I instantly turn off.
And do you know what? It's even more annoying as a woman to be called bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hang on, yeah, no, they're still there. And also when I get called mate, which is a usual thing, but I know mate is a sort of like a friendly thing, but generally you don't call females mate. And I mean that's going sideways onto other subjects, because I don't like being called babe or hun, Hun. Oh my God, I could rip your fucking head off. I don't. All those little things that just really sort of grate on me. I don't mind pet names, and I don't mind nicknames. Really, I don't. But if you're going to be so damn lazy to call me hun, Steve calls me Trace. Loads of people call me Trace. I like Trace. I prefer Trace to Tracy, to be honest. Trace is as much effort to say as hun. Why are you calling me hun? You know my fucking name. So that's a sideways rant on that, but because it's just laziness, lazy brainness. So I'm not going to sit here and say bro and mate to people and things like that. So,
But fam, short for family, is the one that really gets me. No, I'm not your fucking family. I am definitely. Don't call me fam. Hey fam. I'm not your family. Fuck off with the family. I'm straight out of your stream. You call me fam, and I'm gone instantly.
Yeah.
It's a level of familiarity that I'm not really that interested. So, but looking through these Discords, right? Some of the people in Discords in these Facebook groups, the literary standard. And I'm sorry, it is noticeable. It's very noticeable amongst the Americans. I'm sure the British are just as bad. I just haven't noticed it. But the actual standards of literacy in those groups are phenomenally low, aren't they, Tracy?
Yeah.
All right, okay. You're back now.
Yeah, he was worried. He was worried about the SHRT situation.
No. I need.
He's 66. We get it. You don't have to explain.
I need to pee as well.
It's old age.
Another thing that really bugs me too, because I've worked on the internet.
No, it's not a fucking ball gag.
Could have been.
It's a tomato.
Is that a Liz Truss?
Is it
Yeah.
Truss? Well, one of the I've worked and played on the internet since 1996, and now it doesn't happen so much now. Well, it does still happen. So I'll get my story out. I can't stand text speak. I cannot stand text. Oh, see, I'm not going to be able to do this rant if we've got a cute little baby waving at us.
That's because we picked up some more viewers, Tracy.
I noticed. Right, so I can't stand text speak. And back in the day when you had text speak, because it was like a certain amount of characters per text, you had to shorten everything. But that became the standard. That became the norm. And both my daughters were terrible. They really were. And I find it difficult to read because I do proofreading. And every time I hit the wrong letter, my brain's going, no. So then slowly what's happened is that text speak has kind of phased out because phones generally have autocorrect on now, which is great. But some people still insist on using text speak, and people still write to me and things using text speak. And when running a eBay business and stuff back in the day, and I just couldn't stand it. And then when I've pulled people up on it, when they're trying to contact me first, generally sort of random internet people, and I'm like, sorry, I can't read that because it's in text speak, and they say, oh, you're just against dyslexics. No, I'm not. Dyslexic people generally tend to write better because they have to. I'm married to a dyslexic. It's not dyslexia is not writing text speak because
Bloody
dyslexics
dog.
wouldn't be able to do the text speak.
Would you like some tenor from them, Mickey?
No, it was a dog wanted to go out now.
So Klein says, and because of the World War II and Cold War, USA has funded and kept one of the best university systems with cutting edge research being done, but high schools are fucked. And that sounds so similar to here, really, because we've got some really good universities, but we're turning out.
Yeah, but the people going to them universities are the same people that are failing at fucking high school.
Yeah.
All I can remember about university was getting stoned, getting laid, and getting drunk.
I never went to university.
Oh, I can tell.
I never went to college.
I can tell.
I hardly ever went to school.
I can
I'm
tell.
the same, Nicky.
I can tell.
Yeah, you probably can.
I'm the only one here with a degree.
But I was grafted till I was since I was 15. Yep, there you go. Look, little Woody postcards. Hey. Yes, you can get them with your little Woody points.
Yep. Which is rewards.
12,000 Woody points, and you get those for just watching.
Have you seen that Klein's wearing
I
the?
think you get 4 if you interact, don't you?
Klein's wearing the 1 month badge, Mickey.
He is, because I gave it to him.
Yeah, I know you do. But
Do you know
you're
what
not.
What I think it might be is I don't know if this goes with Mickey as well. Mickey, do you log out of Twitch when you leave Twitch?
Yes.
Oh, could you?
No. Well, I just hit the bloody.
No, see, this is what I think might be happening is that
X button.
if you log out and then log back in, it may well catch itself up. Because I've not logged out either, and I haven't got the badge. Whereas Klein possibly has logged out and logged back in. And he says.
I don't log out because I could never remember my fucking password to get back in.
And Klein says, no, they import top students from China and India to go to universities here.
Your password is dickhead.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
D1CK.
DICKHEAD, dickhead.
Thank you. How do you know?
I've hacked you.
Huh? I'll have to change it now to wanker.
Yeah. Oh, I knew you were going to do it. I've got that one on my list as well.
Oh.
Tosspot is the other one.
He's got all my passwords. Look.
Yeah, I've got all your passwords, right?
Oh, dear.
Tracy's are even worse. They're a children's date of birth.
Oh, God.
My password is unintelligible.
A bit like your speech, really.
No, my
password
is unintelligible.
Yeah, because nobody can spell that.
Probably
is. Type it in.
Because when people say to me, "What's your password?" I say it's unintelligible. They look at me and say, "Look, stop messing about. What's your password?" And I say it's unintelligible. Well, give me a try and I'll see if I can work it out. It's unintelligible. You know, they're idiots.
And then they can't spell it when they.
Yeah.
Anyway, while I made my emergency dash, I also made a cup of tea.
Oh, well done. I've got a beer here.
Well, because with me 1 cup, see, you only got 1 cup because I got one. It's a bit of one-upmanship
I thought you said Willy Wonka.
I thought he said Willy Wonka as well. Excuse me while I just scratch my sweaty bollocks. Oh, I've got to peel them away from my leg.
Talking of Willy Wonka, he's got sweaty bollocks.
Yeah, I had to peel them away from my leg.
Sniff. You didn't do the sniff test.
No, I had to peel my scrotum away from my leg.
Oh, so there's no sniff test going on for that one then?
There's no what?
You don't need to do a sniff test this time then?
No. I just said... Mickey understands, don't you, Mickey?
Yeah, but I normally do a sniff test after.
Oh, hang on.
Every time you stick your hand in your pants, you got to give it the old... Yeah.
Yep.
I don't go quite that far, no.
I know you're
Actually, that was quite nice.
I know.
I like that cheese.
I know you're brushing brush your teeth later, but because you wiped it around your nose, when you go to give Sean a kiss in the morning, she'll be like, "You've been scratching your bollocks again." Oh,
I don't know.
and Steve will be like, "How do you know? You've been watching the stream?" No. Oh, that's funny. So, what else have we got? Have we finished with that one? I can't remember. Did we get to? Oh, it was school students and things. Have we got another one? Have we got another one?
The last one I've got is relating to motoring. It's tailgaters. And do tailgaters actually believe they have superhuman reaction?
I saw one of the videos, I think, that you might be referring to earlier.
Well, you've looked at my group, have you?
Yeah. Well, it came up.
This is the one that joined the motorway, and straight away he started sitting on the tail of the guy behind him. Yeah.
Yeah. He was up the arse of the person and who had the cam, and then they joined the dual carriageway or motorway or whatever.
Yep.
And the car behind went right round and then tailgated the next person until that person got out of the way.
That far off his bumper, Mickey.
Yeah. That was horrendous.
Do you know what I do in that case? And it's got I do is I just ease off.
I get out of the way. I just get out of the way. It's not life is too short. But the question is, do they actually believe they have the reaction? I mean, if you're 3 feet off of somebody's bumper, there's absolutely no way on this earth, right, that you will be able to stop without hitting them. It's not going to happen. Even Lewis Hamilton or an astronaut, even a cat couldn't do it. But they honestly believe. I've never tailgated anybody. In fact, on my car, I've got something called SCC, which is my cruise control. My cruise control, I can actually set it at the distance I want to stay behind the car in front. And I've normally got mine set at 50 metres. And no matter what speed the car in front is doing, my cruise control will match that speed. So I'm always 50 metres behind them. But when the cruise control's not off, the display is still on. So I can actually check how far away I am from the car in front. And at 30 miles an hour, I stick at 35 metres. And I can watch it on my SCC panel. And at 35 metres, there's been a couple of times when the car in front of me has stopped and I thought I'm going to hit them. And that's 35 metres away, Mickey, at 30.
A lot of the new Mercs now have got auto braking systems.
Mine's got an auto braking system as well.
If you get too close, it'll just slam the anchors on. But I mean, that doesn't help avoid a collision. That's just an assist. It's not it's not there so you can drive on somebody's arse. If they stop, yours is going to stop because it won't happen.
Well, the auto braking system is disengaged. When you drive that close to a car, the auto braking system is disengaged.
Gone. Yeah.
I've got auto brakes on mine. I've had a couple of warnings, but I don't think my car's ever had to apply the auto brakes. But I've got it. But when you're driving that far away from somebody at 70 miles an hour, what is going through your mind? Well, obviously, what will be going through your mind is the engine block of the car in front if it stops suddenly.
Yeah.
But no, what are they thinking? Do they absolutely think they could stop in time?
What they're trying to do is just harass you so you
intimidate
get out their way.
Well, it works.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do. Well, I won't let them intimidate me. I'll just ease off and slow down.
I can't be bothered, Mickey. I just get out of the way.
Not when I say that, I don't mean I brake test them because I don't touch the brakes. I'll just ease on the throttle a bit. So if I'm doing 70, I'll ease down to 65 because that pisses them off even more then.
I don't get involved, Mickey. I just get out of the way as soon as possible.
No, but I mean, point being,
I'm going to have a wee. I'll be back in a second.
Dual carriageway motor or anything, I'll be in the left-hand lane. If they want to fucking overtake, there's a lane to my right. They can do so. You know, there's no need to sit on my arse because I ain't moving. Where do they expect me to go?
No.
Yeah, no. People are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And I think this might sound silly, but since it's not the end of the pandemic, but since lockdown and all that is finished, I think people's anger and frustration and everything seems to have gone up a level.
Yeah, and it's weird because what was anticipated was that we would all actually get on a lot better.
Yeah,
because of-
yeah, but it's total opposite has happened. I believe, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Things
But
are.
what gets me is a lot of the anger just gets channeled sort of like in the wrong direction. I was going to. One
Yeah.
of the things that I noticed today was, and yes, it's a worthy, noble cause. It's something to do with the environment, I think. But there were, I think I wasn't paying that much attention, but I know it wasn't what I was. Basically, there were some protesters at Parliament, and they threw some white paint all over. I want to say all over Parliament.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, now my brain went, okay, that's all very well and good, but where are the people protesting about energy rises and you know, the state of the economy and you know all these other things that we you know every time we get to the point where it's that's good, that's got to be the last straw, and it never is the last straw. What is going to be the last straw that's going to get people off their butts doing similar action?
But there's also people today, I don't know if you saw it, super gluing themselves to the top of moolah lorries.
Yeah, I saw that.
Huh? What is that going to achieve?
I know. Why were they doing it to moolah lorries for specifically?
Milk. Vegan. It's milk.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw the other day when they were sat.
It was the same.
They were sat in the supermarket.
It was the same group because it was the white paint, obviously. Milk.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
they were sat in the supermarket.
Well, okay, meat-free future, but what about the fucking energy bills and the energy crisis? And the
exactly
cost of living and everything that we're being screwed for, and we haven't got enough nurses and doctors, and we haven't got, you know, kids at school are going hungry, and you know everything. So, but okay, yeah, you go and promote your veganism. Sorry, go on, Mickey. I was.
No, I'm just saying it's absolutely ridiculous. They're sort of.
You know that. Can I just change the subject for a minute? We'll come back to that in a minute. You know that group that I got you to join, don't you? I just advertised I'll stream in the group live now, but don't watch it. It's a load of rubbish. It's the worst stream in the world. Don't watch. Don't follow it.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Right? How many people do you think will take that? How many people do you think will now DM me and say
you'll have links dropped in the bloody chat box now.
I know.
You'll have hundreds of links dropped. Follow me and I'll follow you. You know you will.
And I'll get African sounding names DMing me, asking me if I want logos or if I want to pay for 2,000 viewers. You know.
Yeah.
No, I don't fucking want to pay for 2,000 viewers. No. No, I don't under any circumstances. Anyway, carry on with your rant, Mickey. It's quite fun listening to you rant.
No, we were just talking about these stupid milk protesters. It's just absolutely stupid. I mean, they've got a right to protest, but why? But
yeah, they've got a right to protest. But my thing is that Jesus Christ, where are the people? You know, where are the people that are just gonna?
Yeah. But I mean, these people protesting, these vegans protesting. They're walking there in their leather shoes, wearing their cotton clothes,
that's one thing that gets me.
Turned up in their cars, which have, probably got sort of animal products in it.
That's one thing that gets me is vegan leather. Vegan leather, yeah, okay.
No such thing as fucking vegan leather.
It's plastic. It's plastic.
Yes.
You are contributing to the plastic in this world, the unnecessary plastic. It's plastic. No, it's vegan leather. No, it's plastic. It's plastic. When you...
Hey, Tracy's ranting. Go on, girl.
Go for it, Tracy. Go for it. Go on.
Go.
When you finish...
You see that? Look, she's adjusted the bra strap. She's well. Go for it, Tracy. Go for it.
She's up there now.
When you've finished with your plastic shoes, they will go into landfill, or they will be shipped off to Malaysia or wherever we've got this massive, great big fucking mountain of plastic that's our problem that we're giving to someone else. And so you, with your, we've got to do this for the world, are polluting the fucking world.
Exactly that.
My rant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done, Tracy. That was a good rant. Wasn't it, Mickey? That was 7 out of 10.
Where's my card?
7.5.
7.5 out of 10, Tracy. 7.5 out of 10.
All
right. 7.5 out of 10 for that rant.
I've been taking notes from Mickey, you see.
Right.
All I had to do was end it on an
absolutely
absolutely diabolical and I might have made it 8.
But you are right. They're so pretentious.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing everything for the planet, but they're not.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
You know,
And I find it dreadful that they're eating animals' food.
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
They want to save animals, and yet they're eating their food.
And plants have feelings too, you know.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Huh?
So maybe we could feed them plastic. Yeah, that's what
I'm not on a downer on vegetarians, right? But there's a vegetarian that I know that's very vocal on Facebook. She is very vocal. I don't know whether you know her, Andrea, the Rasta vegetarian.
Oh my God! I know who.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
And she said to me, it's my mission to convert the whole planet to vegetarianism. And I said, that won't work. She said, what are you talking about? I said, it won't work. I said, you cannot possibly. I said, if you convert the whole planet to vegetarianism, within a generation, we'll all be dead. And she said, what are you talking about? And I said, you are actually a danger to the planet. If you try and convert us to vegetarianism, within a generation, we'll she said, how do you work that? And I said, well, currently there's 45 million animals per day that are slaughtered to feed the population. If we all turn vegetarian, what's going to happen to those animals?
Yeah.
And she said, well, they'll live. And I said, yeah. On what? What will they eat? Oh, well, they can graze on straw and grass. Really? So what you're saying is we should all stop eating meat and go over to plant-based food. Meanwhile, the 45 million animals we're not killing are eating our food. She said, yeah, but it's got to be other food. And I said, no, there isn't. And I said, so what happens when the animals die? And she said, well, you bury them or burn them. And I said, so you want to pollute the atmosphere with 45 million animals a day? Or you want to bury them in the ground? And she said, so what are you trying to say? And I said, well, that's why vegetarianism, that's why you cannot turn the whole planet vegetarian.
Mm.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It cannot work.
No. I agree that we should all be eating more plant foods.
Yeah.
But you know, for health and a varied diet. But I agree that if everybody turned vegetarian, we'd all be dead.
We'd all be dead within a generation.
I'd rather have a fucking steak than a geranium, though. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
A steak, you'd rather have a steak than a geranium.
But if you had
we're talking about plants.
Yeah, no, I should remember that. I'd rather. I'm going to mark that. Hang on, I'm going to set a marker for that. I'm going to set a marker for that. I'd rather have a steak than a geranium. Okay.
That's going to be a snip because what I'm doing is I'm taking random out of context snips of one-liners that are all going to be in a nice little compilation for us to use. And I'd rather have a steak than a geranium is going to sound so random.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, my point is that you should have the steak with the geranium because that's a varied diet.
Yeah.
So
a steak and a traffic cone is a varied diet.
A steak and a traffic cone is a very random diet.
Is milk vegan?
Is milk vegan?
Oh,
no.
I don't think so, no. I think it's an animal product.
No, because they're protesting in this country about people drinking milk.
They're trying
gluing themselves to the top of the milk transport lorries.
Milk is not vegan. No, you've just answered that. And also the problem is that the milk industry is quite cruel to cows, in the sense that we, after the age of 2, humans should not be drinking milk. There's no, you should be on breast milk, and then you naturally wean off of breast milk, and then you shouldn't be drinking.
Cup of tea, cow's milk.
Yeah, I know, but biologically we shouldn't be drinking. No, biologically we shouldn't be drinking any milk. There's no reason for us to be drinking milk after the age of about 2.
I like milk.
I'm not saying that you don't like milk, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't drink milk, but
when you got a hangover, a nice glass of milk steadies the old belly down, you know.
I honestly, I'm not saying that we shouldn't drink milk. I'm saying
but you don't need it.
We don't need it biologically. We don't need any milk after the age of about 2.
We don't need beer, but I still drink it.
No, exactly. But beer isn't cruel to the cows. I mean,
No, but is beer vegan?
It's some, not always. It's not vegan if it's had the fish guts dragged through it.
It's not vegan if it's what?
Had fish guts dragged through it to clarify it.
Yeah, right, okay. Well, fish apparently is vegan.
No, it's not.
It's vegetarian.
Yeah. Pescatarian, yeah. No,
Piscatarian.
that confused me once. I may even have posted on an eBay board about it actually, because it totally confused me. On my wine, I had a wine bottle, and it said on the back of it, not suitable for vegans. I think it might have said not suitable for vegetarians. And then I was thinking,
that's because of the toenails where they fucking crush the grape.
Oh, you new watchers, please feel free to announce if you're a vegan or not.
But it said may contain may contain milk, I think it said. And I was thinking, what is it? So I remember asking on the eBay boards, and somebody, it may well have been Andrea, said wine, when they produce wine, they use fish guts, eggs, and sometimes milk. And I was like, what? So I looked it up, and yes, to clarify it and take the crap out of it and make it clear, they drag fish guts through it and sometimes use eggs.
It's called isinglass.
Pardon?
It's called isinglass. Isinglass.
Oh, okay.
To clarify, it's called isinglass, which is basically fish guts.
Yeah. So that, to me, then I learned that's why wine and most wine.
Hello, new viewers. Please, like I said, feel free to announce if you're a vegetarian. See,
my son drinks oat milk. Have you ever tried to fucking milk an oat?
Klein says, is breast milk vegan? Yes, it would be.
Why?
Because it's not. I know, but it's not coming from a dumb animal. So,
I beg to differ. I beg to
Are
differ.
you sure?
There's a whole country over there full of American women. Tell me that breast milk isn't coming from a dumb animal. Come on, tell me. Go on, tell me.
I think breast milk technically.
Don't you dare fucking clip that. That is so xenophobic.
How can it be vegan if the mother's been eating fucking steak
No, this is the thing.
Or ham
this is the thing, that if it's not technically it's not vegan, it's coming from an animal, us. If the mother is vegan, then her breast milk would probably be classed as vegan for her child, as long as she wasn't giving it to anybody else.
It's organic.
Organic or not, you can have organic cows. No, cows are organic, but you know what I mean.
You can have organic. How the fuck do you have organic? Do you have cows that are fed on geraniums?
Yeah. Well, an organic cow is basically the way that it's been fed. It's not, the feed hasn't got pesticide in it.
Tracy, all cows are organic.
I just said that. I said I know that they are
all
organic.
Animals, all living organisms are organic.
I know that they are all organic. But if you were buying, there is a complete.
She's woodling, isn't she, Mickey?
There's a massive difference between a cow that has been fed sheep brains and kept in the dark, and pesticide food and things, to a cow that has just been allowed to roam and eat grass and geraniums, and looked after well. So when I say organic, I just mean the way that they were fed and produced was organic. That's what I meant. I know they're fucking organic, as in, perfectly well what I mean.
Yes. So anyway, is breast milk vegan?
No, it's organic.
No, can't be.
It's organic. It's organic, yeah.
But how would, honestly, I'm just saying, how would a breastfeeding vegan actually clarify that then? I'm vegan and so's my baby. Well,
how does she clarify it? She drags fish guts through it. Trust
me. if they were vegan, they justify it, right? Okay,
Very
they justify.
quick, Mickey. Very quickie, Mickey. Oh, that's brilliant. Actually, do you
I
know
better
what?
mark. Hang on, I'm going to mark that.
Yeah, Klein, what a brilliant question. That is. I'm going to actually Google to see what the consensus is. Oh dear. Oh, I can't spell it, but oh, breast milk is vegan. According to this, breast milk is vegan, so you don't need to feel guilty about giving it to your infant. It doesn't go against the idea of veganism since you consented to the milk that you're giving your baby. You're not considered less vegan by breastfeeding, and your baby can start life out as a vegan too.
You know what is wrong with
So
the modern world today, right? It's people think that if something turns up in a Google search, it's true.
Can we then, instead of herding cows, herd vegans and have their milk instead?
Oh, there you go. Oh no, but they wouldn't have consented to us having it.
Just
They'd
because
have to
it's
give
on
it to
Google
you.
doesn't mean it's correct, Tracy.
I've got pages of the stuff here. Pages and pages
It
of
doesn't
the stuff.
mean it's correct. Look at my wiki entry.
No, I'm not. Look, listen. Didn't you hear the tone of my voice as I was reading it out? I was being very sarcastic, as in breast milk is indeed vegan. So, why breastfeeding is okay for vegans? Technically speaking, breast milk is considered a dairy item.
So, if I ask Gertrude if I can have a pint of milk from her udder, that's then fucking vegan.
As long as she shoves her teat into your mouth, that's
as long as she goes moo.
Yeah, exactly. That becomes vegan.
So hang on, if she gives permission, it's vegan.
Yep. As long as she consents to it.
Just as an aside, when I was at school, after school, I used to go and milk cows.
With your hands or your mouth?
No,
Mickey, tell the truth. It was balls.
No, we had the machines you put on them, but the farmer's wife did actually teach me to do it on the stall with the old. And do you know what? It's fresh from the cow milk is absolutely lovely.
Fresh from the cow is actually way better for you as well.
I know, it's lovely. Yeah, I agree with you. I've had fresh cow's milk and it's very, very nice.
Still warm, lovely stuff. I hadn't had that for I was 14 then, so what's that? 52 years.
I can't remember whether this is a scientific thing or whether it's a thought of this could be right within scientific minds. But basically, the rise of milk allergies has grown since milk has become pasteurized and homogenized. Which is all very well and good, like as in it does kill the bacteria and things when you pasteurize something, but it also takes out the good bacteria, which is the stuff that stops you from being allergic to it. Yeah. So there's a school of thought. That's where I was going. It's school of thought that's why you see a lot more. Oh, is it hat time?
It's Hat's try on, so I thought we'd try on a hat. I said, look. What we're doing is this is my white baseball cap, which got Woody's tube on it, and Tracy says that it hides my eyes. Well, the whole idea of wearing that is when I'm typing. You see, it gives you the URL for my YouTube. The only reason we're trying, Mickey's got his flat cap on because he's weird. The only reason we're trying the hats on is because I was looking at a stream earlier on today, and the stream was shoe try on, where a woman was trying on different shoes. So I thought what we'd do is we'd try on different hats. So now we're on a hat try on. So this is one hat, and I'll just go over to this one. This is my summer Panama hat. There you go. That's my summer Panama hat. The reason I call it summer is because it's made of straw. So it's very lightweight and it lets you breathe.
And it's organic.
And it's organic, yes, and it's organic. And this is my winter Panama hat, which is made out of cotton, which is organic. And it's not like the straw where you've got the holes in it. It's very you can't breathe, but for winter it's absolutely perfect. So That's my Panama hat.
She's got some dealy boppers on
Yep,
her head.
yep. Okay, Tracy's
The
wearing.
closest that I've got to a hat, and it keeps disappearing if I sit up.
Well, that counts as hat trial. And this is my last hat. This is my trilby. That's what I wear as a trilby. So I thought we'd try the hats trial, seeing as other people were doing shoe try-ons. Although I suspect the fact that she was only wearing panties when she was trying on really high-heeled shoes, and she had really long legs. It wasn't about the shoes. What do you think, Mickey?
That hat on your head looks silver and sparkly.
It does.
Does it?
Doesn't it?
Okay.
Last time I see that, yeah, fucking.
Okay, but it's not. Hang on.
Yeah.
Look,
Drag
look,
artist was
look,
wearing that.
it's not-
last
it's not
time.
silver
You can
sparkly.
see
It looks
one.
like you bought it from Blackpool.
Okay. Fine. Well, that's the hat I'm wearing, and I'm done with it. And that's your hat, is it, Tracy?
That's the nearest I've got to a hat in the place. I did have a funky one that had fruit on it, but it got infested with moths, so I had to throw
Do
it
you
away.
wear those during sex? Yep, I thought so.
Oh.
I thought so.
Oh, it's a shame that they don't show up. Look. When I'm sat up, you can't see them. They just
Okay.
make a buzzing noise.
Well, we've done the hats trial, so that's that one done to death, right? That's that one done to death. But no, I had to do this because I saw somebody doing the shoe trial, and I thought, okay, let's give that a watch. And basically, what it is she's charging people to look at her legs.
Just getting the dog in.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's a hustle. If she gets the viewers and the
Oh, I
and the
have no problem with that.
Yeah. I'm quite. The thing, she's giving the paying viewers what they want, and it's not like she'd be ripping them off if she said, "Are you going to see my feet? You're going to see my feet later, aren't you? You're going to see my feet later. Okay, bye." Without showing her feet.
Oh.
No, I have a full respect and whatever it is for ladies or men, whoever that know what they're doing to be able to get the viewers and that. We're up to 8. Hello.
Cool.
If you're
Hello.
If you're enjoying what we're talking about,
Hello.
if you're enjoying us, drop us a follow, and if you really like it, subscribe. But
If you really hate it, subscribe.
there you go. If you really hate it, subscribe. Yeah. No. If you really hate it, tell your friends. Tell your friends just how crap we are.
How rubbish we
Seriously,
are, yeah.
post our link into Facebook groups and on Twitter. Make us go viral, because if we're that crap that you've got to see what rubbish this lot are up
You see how rubbish we really are.
Yeah.
Can you turn me off a minute?
Yes, I can. Liz Trust.
Liz Trust, yeah.
Yeah, tell your friends how rubbish we are.
Yeah.
That is
But you've got to
essential. That is essential.
Tell everyone just how crap we are. Anyway, so before we lose them by telling them all that we're really crap, what else have you got on your list?
That's it. We've been through my list, I'm afraid. That's it. We've been through my list.
I've got one that I waited till you got back, and now Mickey's gone again, so I'll wait.
Well, that's all right. Carry on. We can worry about it. Go on, Tracy. What's on your? We've got lists that we go through of things we want to talk about. Go on, Tracy.
Yeah, no, well, the only other one that I had was that, actually, no, what I'll do is, because you weren't here when I was telling Mickey, do you remember the period officer that had been appointed?
This guy that's been appointed a period officer, yeah.
Yeah, now he's not got the job anymore, because that job does not exist anymore, because there was so much of a backlash that they've removed the entire post. So instead of saying to him, okay, we made a mistake, we're going to shift you and we're going to get a woman in,
which they can't legally do.
Well, I know which they can't legally do because of the way that it works, yeah. But instead of that, they just completely scrapped the role.
Okay.
And the other thing that I found out was that this guy, his background was he was a tobacco. He worked for a tobacco company, and then he was a personal trainer. Who in their right mind employs that type of person, that type of background, to be a periods officer? I really don't understand. Yeah,
I
he
don't
works
know.
for a tobacco company and he was a personal trainer. This is the perfect person to talk to 13-year-olds about menstruation and the menopause.
The only thing I know about the menopause and menstruation is I need to duck a lot.
Yeah. but this is the thing. And like I was saying to Mickey, was that it wouldn't even have been so bad had this guy actually had a 30-year or whatever career as a gynecological nurse or a healthcare worker or a teacher even.
No.
Anything. But he didn't have any of that. He didn't have any of that at all. So that's what one of the things that me and Mickey were discussing when you were out, and I just thought I'd fill you in because that was an update on a story that we did about a month ago, I think. Our regular viewers would remember that. And what Steve is hiding behind right now is a Woody Show postcard. And to get one of those, you have to have 12. Is it 1,200 or 12,000?
12,000.
12,000 channel points.
Woody's rewards.
Woody's rewards. To get those, basically, all you have to do is watch us and watch us regularly. Now, if you chat to us, your channel points, your Woody's rewards goes up a bit quicker. But if you just want to lurk, you will get one of these. Show us again. Mickey's slapping rubber chickens. Show us again your card, Steve. You'll get one of these in the post. It's limited edition. There is literally just 100 in existence, and they will be numbered. And Steve will sign it, write a little note on it, put your address on it and a stamp, and post it to you.
Write a little note on it.
Well, it'd be hello. I presumed you were going to say hello, or at least, or were you just going to write Steve on it and then their address?
You're going to write 1 of 1 on it, or 1 of 100, 2 of 100. There's only so much room on here. Look, by the time I put your address on there and the stamp on there, I haven't got a lot of room for fuck all else.
A heart and Woody would be the bare minimum, I would have thought. Anyway, it'll come in the post to you, but you.
They can't hear you, Mickey, till I bring you back.
Back then.
Right, there you
He's
go.
got something to
Bring
say.
me back, raise me from the dead. I would have thought, thank you from the Woody Show would have been nice on the.
Well, that's what I was planning.
Well, there you go. You are going to write on it.
Yeah, well, something. I'm going to write something, and I'll wait. We've actually got one. I mean, how many Woody's rewards have you got, Mickey?
4.7k.
Oh, you're a third of the way there, then. That's because you keep pushing them away.
I keep spending mine.
How many have you got,
But
Tracy?
Tracy's got nearly 10,000.
Yeah, I've literally got nearly 10,000. So.
Oh, there you go, then. See.
But I might save them up a bit longer for something else. You know, you might be like the future prizes, guys, will be even more amazing than a postcard. When I say guys, I mean you viewers out there. Future prizes will be even more amazing than a postcard. So start with your postcard, collect the lot, collect everything. Right now we have a postcard. Who knows what's going to happen in the future?
We might have 2 postcards.
Yeah.
We might even add Woody's place on the back of a pair of panties that you can win.
Got to be on the back of a pair of ladies' panties.
Exactly.
The Woody's place, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see how that will work.
Place.
But on the front of guys' pants, the Woody's place.
No, I'd rather have Woody as a cock.
Yeah.
Exactly, and the possibilities are endless. But start your collection now, guys. The Woody Show merchandise. It's our first merch.
These are a limited edition, and there are only 100 of them.
Exactly.
And that's it. There will only ever be 100. And I mean, you can be one of the first ones to own one.
You can be one of the only ones to own one.
One of the only ones to own one, yeah.
Yeah. So
Do you think 12,000 points? Have you ever spent your Woody's rewards, Tracy?
No.
So you think 12,000 is a bit high?
No.
No? Okay.
Not at the moment, anyway, because it's. Is it too high? Because I mean, that's how.
Well, if we do a 3-hour stream, it's roughly 1,300.
So they would have to watch us for 30 hours to get those postcards.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's taken me. How long have we been doing this? Just on Twitch? 4 weeks?
Yep.
6 weeks?
Yep.
It's taken me 6 weeks to get to 10k.
Okay.
And
so,
obviously we're
okay. I'm just changing it now.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, obviously, we're on Twitch more now than we were, but it's still been, let's say it'll be 4 weeks of people having to watch every night.
I've changed it to 8,000.
Okay.
Done. Changed it to 8,000.
Now. Yeah, bargain, 8,000.
Changed to 8,000. I don't know if it's showing up. But have a look and see if it's showing up at 8,000 for you there, Tracy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, cool. Yeah, and then of course you've got the 10,000 for personalised motion graphics. So
yeah, that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, that works out to a lot. So what I was going to say, my last topic that I've got written down anyway was, I want to know what your worst ever date was. Oh, Mickey's gone again.
I'm not. I'm here.
Yeah, he's just gone small.
Oh, Mickey, you've gone all small.
He's heard that before.
Did you do that? Did you make him small?
No.
Wonder why he disappeared then? No.
It's Skype. It plays about. This is why I wanted to go. This is why I wanted to go to Endio Ninja.
No.
Here we go. Right. Okay.
Right. So yes, my question is I want to know what your worst ever date was. Date
I had last Christmas. They were horrible.
No, not date as in calendar date. Date as in going out with someone.
I wasn't talking about calendar dates. I was talking about them in the long oval box.
Ah, no. No one's going to tell me what their worst ever date was.
I've never had a worst date.
No.
Really, not one that went bad.
No, not really.
No, not really. No. No, I've never had one that went bad. All my dates have gone quite good. Actually gone quite. Well, I got late.
I mean,
so...
I've had a few where she's told me to fuck off at the end of the night after I've finished paying for a beer, but other than that, no, not bad. I had a good time during it.
No, I've never had a bad date.
Never got to take her home for a shag though, because she told me to fuck off after I'd paid.
Oh no, I've managed to get laid at the end of each date. But I've never actually had a bad date. I've made some bad decisions, but I've never actually had a bad date. I'm trying to think about that, and no, I haven't.
Yeah. The reason what gave me the idea was that I was watching one of Boaty's videos, and he was talking with his partner in crime now about a couple of terrible dates that he had actually. And oh god, I mean, you've got to watch it. You've got to watch him describing it to do it justice. But he was saying that he went out with this woman who was something like a sex therapist or something, and he said that she spent the entire evening telling him in graphic detail, because she got pissed, and then telling him in graphic detail exactly what he was going to do to her when they got back. And you would think that that's quite exciting, but basically she was so full on of right. First we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then you're going to do this to me, and then when we've done that, you're going to do this and that. And I can't remember how the end, because I was laughing so much. I can't remember how it ended, but it was something like she threw up everywhere or something, and like when he tried to get away, I can't remember how it. I'm gonna have to watch it again, but it just sounded just so horrific. It's just it just made me think about bad dates, and if either of you had ever been on a bad date.
No spontaneity there then.
Boaty, you'll find out that Boaty is the author of his own destruction, always. All right?
I can imagine.
Seriously, Boaty is the author of his own destruction. But it did remind me, you did remind me of something, Tracy. I've never had a bad date, but one of my girlfriends, I won't mention her by name, one of my girlfriends used to piss me off because she was a nurse, a registered nurse. And she was very formal, and I never had a cock, I had a penis. And she had a vagina. And we never went upstairs to fuck, we went upstairs to have intercourse.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And the Daily Enemas really pissed him off.
Yeah. And she said,
Oh, no.
I'm not going to let you have rectal sex.
Oh no.
And I said, what are you talking about?
May I fillet you now?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, exactly that. So let's just say that relationship didn't last too long.
Oh dear.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
When she said, do you want to come upstairs for intercourse? You think, no, I did until you said that. Now I don't. You know, you just put me right off there.
You say,
Oh, and you
say,
get your
you know what?
penis out.
I'm as small
Huh?
as a maggot now. Thank you.
You want to
very
come upstairs for intercourse? No, I don't want to talk about it. I just want to fuck.
Yeah. Oh no, we couldn't talk dirty. I can't believe that she didn't want me to talk dirty to her. They normally love it when you pull their hair and talk dirty.
Oh, can you imagine
Not all of them don't. I'll tell you that. I've got a slap or two before about that. Full fucking hell, yeah. Huh?
You're doing it
Oh.
wrong, Mickey.
I must have been. Must have
It
been.
must be, yeah. But
Well,
no, that
The only way you get to
relationship,
shut up is stick your dick in the mouth, innit?
yeah, that relationship really didn't last too long. And I remember I went out with another girl, Wendy her name was, right? And her
Wendy.
best mate,
Everybody knows a Bendy Wendy.
yeah, her best mate came with her everywhere, including when we were actually in her front room when her parents were asleep and me and Wendy were fucking. Her best mate was over the other side of the room watching TV.
Oh my god, that reminds me of a time that
Probably got her hand in her pants while you're doing it, having a quick
Well,
look.
I said, can you turn the television down, please? She said, why? And I said, somebody is trying. I said, there's masturbation going on here. And she said, well, you want to stop it? And I said, it's not me.
oh dear.
But they're not worst dates, so just bad experiences.
Oh yeah, no, not. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't first date or anything. Just like a bad date that you had. That just reminded me of the time that it was. It turned out it was the guy that I was going to be with for a few years. But the first time I went back with him, his mate from work came back with him, and his mate from work was very gawky and awkward, like full of elbows. You know, that type of person. And
What, you mean you had one too?
oh, honestly, he was that gawky and awkward that he was just full of elbows. It was full of angles, very, very awkward socially, very awkward physically. And so it was like, oh, you know, let's go to bed. So we went upstairs, and the guy followed us up there. So it was like, oh, all right, let's just sort of like smoke a joint, and okay, smoking a joint. And so, should we get under the covers? We all ended up under the covers. The guy that I met is going, why is he in bed with us? Put his light on. The guy's there in just his underpants. His nipples were like literally that close together. And the guy that I was with was going to me, what the fuck's up with his nipples? But that wasn't the worst date. The worst date was my worst. I haven't had many official dates, but my worst date was this guy asked me out, and yeah, I liked him. So we met for a beer, and you know, could have a drink and that. And I don't know whether he'd been drinking. He must have been drinking before I got there, because he started getting a bit leery and tried to. He had history with one of the bar staff, and so we were outside the pub, and he tried smashing his bottle. He got his bottle, and he's trying to smash it off the step, but instead of it smashing, you know, instead of it smashing, it was bouncing. So he's just going poing, and he tried a few times, and it just wouldn't happen. Anyway, so I ended up just going home by myself that night. But 30 odd years on, and we're still friends. But nothing. You know, nothing came of it. It was like, yeah. I can see what type of person you are, and we shan't take this any further. He wasn't really like that, you know, his personality, but it was just this one time, this thing, this. But that's the only one that I can actually think of as being like a bad date. So
there was another one where I went out with this girl and I ended up shagging her mother. Well, I don't suppose Huh?
Yeah, no, because well, the guy that I was just telling you about, he ended up shagging my mother. So
He ended up shagging your mother.
yeah, and his name was Steve as well. So
that was me then, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was you. He's a bit
Yeah,
younger than you though, only by a few years, but.
Uh.
Yes, Steve's a trouble. No, anyway. So where were we? What were we saying?
And the worst dates. That was your. But I can honestly say, Tracy, no, I've never had a worse date. All the women I've been with, have been the dates themselves have been pretty good. I've had some dire relationships, but I've never actually had a bad date. But then, what I have discovered is that the dates aren't the preview that they thought they were.
No,
that you think they are. It's only when you get further into the relationship, you realise just what you're letting yourself in for. So
yeah. No, I know that's the thing. I had never really had a lot of dates anyway. I think that was probably, like a proper date where you say, "Do you want to go out with me sometime?" And you go, "Yeah," and then you go out on a date. And I think I can probably count them on one hand the amount of dates that I've gone on. Whereas usually what happens is I meet a guy and I kind of get to know the guy, and then all of a sudden we're sort of going out because we're all already going to the pub, and you just kind of like, then you're going out because it's like you go, "Oh, I'm going to be in that pub on Saturday night. Do you fancy it?" "Yeah, all right." And you end up in the same place and you end up in a relationship. But I've not done the typical sort of dating, where like some people get loads of dates. They get asked out all the time and they go out on the dates all the time, whereas I never did. And like I said, it's just happened.
well, I did when I was younger. Obviously, I'm good looking now, but when I was really young, I was really good looking, and I had hair. When my first wife left me as a single parent, so between my first wife and meeting my second wife, it was about 5 years. I think it was 1992 to 1997. And for those 5 years, I tried lots of different dating sites, and I met a lot of women, and we went out a lot of times. And my overriding impression, I'm sorry, is that there was an awful lot of bunny boilers out there.
Oh God, yeah.
Bunny boilers. When I refer to bunny boilers, if you've ever seen the film,
Basic Instinct, is it?
Basic Instinct, where Glenn Close.
Basic Instinct?
Yeah,
no.
Where Glenn Close boils the rabbit, so the bloke she's having an affair with. That's what I'm talking about by bunny boilers.
Fatal Attraction.
My God, I met so many of those, it was unbelievable. That at the end of the first date, you'd never want to see them again. They weren't bad dates, but just some of the things that they tell you about, you just didn't ever want to see them again, You think, my God, I don't want to see you again either. And I never had a bad date, but I remember one girl, right, that I spent the whole evening thinking, there's this. I thought it was the pub at first. I thought there's this really strong smell of wee until we got outside and it followed me.
Oh no!
But it wasn't not as bad as the garlic prawns guy. No, nothing could be as bad as the garlic prawn guy. But no, I've never had bad dates, but I've learned there was an awful lot of psychotic, neurotic women out there. I mean, I was in my mid-30s by then, who were also in their mid-30s that have already been in a relationship and were looking for another relationship. And I don't know whether it's because they've been badly treated in their first relationship or what, but I thought, there are an awful lot of nutters out there. And luckily enough, I met my second wife, and that was a disaster. So why am I even talking about relationships on
first though? You have to, you got to admit it wasn't a disaster at first. It lasted a while, and then
it lasted 13 years. Yeah, it was a disaster in the end. But
what I can't stand is when people get to the sort of end of a relationship and then they go, like, the relationship ends and then they go, "Oh, well, that's another failed relationship." And that the relationship, it wasn't a failed relationship. The relationship has failed now, but it wasn't a failure as a relationship because you were together for 5 years, 10 years, whatever. So it wasn't a failed or a fail. It wasn't a failed relationship, and it's such a negative way to think about it because, at some point, it was a good relationship. Otherwise, you wouldn't have stayed together. I'm just having a rant about how people sort of perceive things. It's like, oh, you know, it's another bad relationship. Well, it wasn't a bad relationship. Well, generally, I know some people do have bad relationships, but I'm just saying generally when people say they're talking about that because the relationship has ended now, it's a failed relationship. No, it was a successful relationship for however long it was a successful relationship for, and then it failed, and now it's ended.
See, Mickey can't join in with this because he's been with his missus 38 years, which means he's too scared.
I've forgotten what dating was. It's been
38 years, that takes you back to 28?
What?
When you met her?
27.
27, nearly right. There you go.
She was 17.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know she was 17. No, I didn't. I didn't know she was 17.
Right, from now on, you're known as Prince Andrew.
I didn't know because she was in all the bars, all the clubs, blah blah blah. And it wasn't until I'd been going out with her for 5 months, and until her 18th birthday, that I knew that she wasn't 18.
Had you dipped your wick?
Huh?
Had you dipped your wick before you knew how old she was?
Well, several times.
Oh, good man.
But she's over 16.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, right? Because if you think about Prince Andrew, right, you know everybody calls him a paedophile, okay?
Yeah.
Every one of the girls that he's alleged to have had sex with, it was quite legal in this country.
In this country, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what people didn't like, because it's not legal in the States, he was bringing them over here because they were under 18 or 21 or whatever.
And they were being procured by somebody who...
Giselle fucking...
people who were actually...
Well, I think to call him a paedophile is inaccurate, but that's social media for you, isn't it?
It is. Sorry, it is also inaccurate, full stop, because after, I know it's still all icky anyway, but after the age of 12, I think it is, you become something like a hebephile, something like that. It's not actually paedophile once it gets...
And do you know why my missus went out with me? Because I had a Ford Capri. No, because I had a Ford Capri.
Oh, right.
That's cute.
Seriously, that is... If you ever meet her, Steve, you ask her why she went out with me, and it's because I had a Ford Capri.
It's fine.
Huh? She wouldn't tell me her age. So I didn't.
Sean only went out with me because I had a big throbbing monster.
Oh well, there you go. What was that? Your motorbike?
Yeah. Much more 100cc Bandit. Yeah.
Andrew was the first person that I ever went out with, and that who could drive a car and had a car. Actually, I mean, he didn't have his own car at the time, but he had access to the car. Yeah. He was the first person. The guy before that, he could do motorbikes, but that's not sometimes. I like motorbikes, but it's not as comfy as a car being driven around like a lady, you know, having the door open for you and stuff like that.
I got rid of the Capri and bought a bike.
I know Mickey's joking with it. I know Mickey's turning into a joke, but actually that is, I do totally get that why she went out with you, because she had a Capri. Funnily enough, Mickey, I do actually get that. I really do. Yeah. It's,
that is why, because I had a set of wheels and happened to be a Capri. I don't know. We're talking about 1984.
Yeah. In 1984, if you had a Capri, you were the man.
Yeah, and I bought mine for 80 quid from a car auction.
Jesus.
Yeah. They're now worth something in the region of about 15 to 20 grand, you know.
No, seriously, I understand. In 1984, if you had a Capri, you got the action.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly wasn't my fucking good looks.
Yeah. Did you have a beard, by the way, then?
No. I had a moustache, but not a beard.
When did you grow the full face first?
Well, normally I shouldn't have this bit here, but I haven't been bothered. I only have this, and she asked me to grow it.
And why's that?
I don't know. I don't know. But I've had it for probably 20 odd years now.
Does she like you going down on her?
Well, it's like Velcro, mate.
Hey?
It's like Velcro.
Yeah, she likes you going down on her, doesn't she?
Once you're down there, you can't get back
You
up
can't
again.
get off again. But no, yeah, she asked me to grow that. I did have I can't put a picture on there, so I can't really.
No, it's all right.
Um,
I can't stand beards and taches myself. I mean, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to with this chemo. That not only am I going to lose the head of my hair, but I'm going to lose the hair here. Means that I don't have to shave. Do you know what? If there was a treatment, right, that would guarantee that I would never have to shave my lips, I would never have to shave there and there again, I would take it instantly. And here's a funny thing, right? Here's a funny thing I've noticed, Mickey. Since I've been shaving my head, the hair on my face grows twice as fast as the hair on my head. Seriously, it does. I noticed that today. I shaved here just before I came on air, and my head is still not shaved. I shaved my head last on Monday. Where are we now? Wednesday, and my head doesn't need a shave yet. But my face did need a shave because it could well be because the hair on my beard and my tash hair is darker than my head hair. Because unlike you, and I don't mean this badly, unlike you, I haven't turned grey yet. I'm lucky that I've still got my natural hair colour. Although I don't know what it'll be like when it grows back. I'm starting to go salt and pepper on the sides, but most of my hair was my natural hair colour. So my beard has started to go a little bit salt and pepper, but mostly, not my pubes. Well, I don't have any hair down there, but when I do, it's still my natural hair colour.
Same, but I'm slightly young.
I've put a photo of us in 1985 in our streaming crew chat.
Oh.
I can't put it on there, so.
Hang on, it's not working. There we go.
Oh, I've seen that photo before. Yeah, I've seen that photo before. Yeah. Do you want me to put it on the? Do you want me to put it on the screen?
Yeah, you can do. It
right,
doesn't bother me.
Two ticks.
You'll have to save it and post it. I don't know how you do it.
But... I'm on it, Mickey. I know how to do it.
Yeah, no, Steve. You need to right.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I fucking know how to do it.
I can go in that group and ask somebody to do it for you if you like.
Yeah.
So you clip it up.
But talking about
them fucking idiots, yeah.
When I was younger, so much younger than no, when I was younger, I hated beards. I thought that they were scruffy and disgusting because obviously I'm remembering how people's beards were from like the 1970s.
Yeah.
And the ones that carried on through the 80s and 90s, you know, the people who had beards, they were disgusting. But so when I met Andrew, I mean, he was very clean shaven. It was lovely and that, and then slowly over time he started like growing a little bit of stubble, not when it first comes through, but just designer stubble, that type of thing, and that was, you know, quite nice. I think even when I think he shaved for our wedding, but around about the time that we got married, he was rocking the designer stubble look.
Look at the mullet.
Now he has a full beard. He has a full beard and tash now, but he makes sure that it's all nice and shaped and that. And I love it. I love it more than if he shaves clean. So I don't know what it is. And maybe it's just I've matured, but I actually like guys with beards now because you know I find them more attractive. It's weird.
But,
is that your daughter then, Mickey? Just out of curiosity.
Yes. Yeah.
Must be your oldest then, your daughter.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Yeah.
You've got a son as well, haven't you?
Yeah. My daughter was born in 85, so makes her what? 30.
38, same age as my daughter.
Is it something like that?
Something like that. 37 or 38.
My son's 2 years younger.
Yeah, my daughter was my eldest daughter was born in 85. She was born in 84. Sorry, she's born in 84 and she's 38.
Yeah, so she's 37 now, and she was born in 85. Yeah. But you see the old mullet I got there.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's the old 80s perm that the missus has got.
Yeah. See, look, retro. We give retro nostalgic content.
Yeah.
This is what people like.
But yeah,
I need to write down retro for that.
I can see why you went for your missus. She's quite a looker there, isn't she?
Isn't she? Huh? Yeah.
No.
More to the point, why the hell did she go with me? I mean, I've always been punching above my weight. People keep telling me, but I wouldn't be without the old girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm in many ways. I'm actually envious of you.
Why? Because I've been 38 years.
Yeah, because that's all I ever wanted.
Yeah.
When I married my first wife, I assumed that it was going to be for life, and I assumed that we were going to have this family unit, and we were all going to grow old together, and that's what I really wanted. And sometimes when I see people like you and other friends that have had a long 38-year marriage and relationship, I do sometimes inside shed a little tear and wish I could have done, but...
Yeah, don't for 1 minute think it's all been plain sailing, because...
No, I don't for 1 minute think it's all been plain sailing. I don't think it's been plain sailing.
We all have our rough.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But you need to talk to each other about it. Don't bottle things up inside. Talk it out.
My first
because
wife
otherwise,
had 3 affairs, Mickey, before I caught her. There's no talking about that. There's no coming back from that.
No. But
there's none of that.
No, I understand that. But I mean, other than that, by talking about it, you don't bottle it up and you don't start to get resentful. If you let it out, if you bottle something up, you start to resent the other person. So you need to talk. Yeah. And that's what's got us through.
All I'm saying is
I can hand on my heart honestly say that if we've had one argument in 38 years, that's probably it. We have disagreements where we might not agree on the same thing, but that's a different thing to having an argument as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it and then we'll come to a consensus. You know.
Don't get me wrong. I shed a little tear inwardly. Yeah. But the other side of the coin is I'm really glad that the things happened they had, because I'm with a lovely woman now.
Exactly. You've got Sean.
This relationship with Sean, I've been with Sean longer than I've been with anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, I remember her well from back in the old Q&A days.
Yeah.
The old perfectly preserved as she was then.
Yep.
And she still is, no doubt. But yeah, can you take that down now, Steve, please?
You know what?
Take that picture off now, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry,
no, that's fine.
Sorry. Oops, I've locked it. Hang on.
The guy that I got with when I was a teenager and ended up having a couple of kids with, at the time I thought that was going to be it. That was, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so glad it wasn't, because at the time I thought it was normal the way that this relationship was happening, but it just wasn't. He just was awful. I had 2 kids with him, and then he fucked off to fuck someone else. I actually went to live with somebody else at Christmas while I was pregnant with his second, so that just gives you an idea of what a little shit. And I'm telling you now, that was 30 odd years ago, and he has not changed. He's still a little shit. He's still a 15-year-old boy, and he still acts like, he's petulant. If he doesn't get his own way and things like this, he's calmed down a little bit, in the sense that he's normally too tired to be a shit these days. But I get on really well with his girlfriend, who he actually got with because he went to live with her without telling the lady that he went off with from me, if you see what I mean. So he's got form for it.
Can I let you in a little secret?
What?
Did you see that status I put up yesterday about what Sean said yesterday?
Oh no, I don't know.
I don't know if I did.
Oh yeah.
Sean said.
Yes.
Sean said, I wish I could help you, but I can't. So instead, I'll take the piss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Do you know what? When I first met Sean, he'd had 3 previous relationships, and in all the relationships she's had, the men were abusive.
Oh.
They were very handy with their fists, right? And do you know, there was a time that she wouldn't have said anything like that.
Yeah.
Because she'd have been frightened that I'd have turned around and hit her. But with a lot of work I've proved to her that not all men are like that. I've never raised a, despite the rumours that go around the internet, and I've heard some of those rumours. But then I've always said to people, "This is me. You now know me. You guys now know me. I've never raised a hand to a woman in my life,
No.
and I wouldn't." And despite all the rumours that have gone round, and I'm fully aware of what rumours they are and who started them, but I've never raised a hand to a woman. That took a lot of work, and I'm so glad that Sean feels so comfortable with me. She can actually say things like that.
Yeah.
And she said to me, she said, "Oh, you know I'm only joking." I said, "Yeah, of course I know you're only joking." I laughed when she said that. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. And it shows a level of trust, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh, she's a lovely woman. I wouldn't- she's
And the depth of your relationship, that she feels that she can come out and say things like
Yeah.
that. I mean, we always say things like that to each other, you know, but
yeah.
it is.
Oh, she's a fantastic woman. But like I say, I do feel a little sad that my first marriage didn't work out. I don't miss my first wife. No, Christ. I mean, she cheated on me. Before I caught her, she cheated on me with 3 different men. After I caught her, she continued to do it until we got divorced, and total was 7.
Wow.
You know, so I don't, and do you know what? I never cheated on her, not once, not once.
No.
I've never cheated on anybody. Again, contrary to the rumours, I've never cheated on anybody I've been in a relationship with.
No, nor me. Nor
I've
me.
never done it.
Yeah.
Never done it.
Um,
I've had opportunities to, but I've never done it. And there's been times when I've really regretted not doing it because, as it turns out, the future's let me down. But I've never cheated on anybody.
no.
Yeah. I did once, but it was with a woman, so
Okay.
that isn't a bar.
Well, that's fine as long as your hubby's there.
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't. That was the thing. So, but
Well,
no,
did you have videotape?
he do- he knows about it, and I was just going through a bit of a weird phase anyway. I was going through depression and things like this, and I was still trying to work on who I was as a. I was still quite young, but I was going through depression and trying to find out where my place in the world and things like this. So
Yeah.
But it was literally the once he knew that she was there, and I did tell him, not for any pervy reason, but he knew about it. And I think he sort of brushes it off a little bit now, and I just kind of like go, no, but that's still cheating. I still did it, and it just.
Have there ever been times when, if you were asked, you would?
Have there ever been times that if I was asked, I would?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I can really sort of. No, there have no. Hang on. What do you mean? Like if there would be, or has there been? Do you mean? No, that doesn't work out. Ask Mickey. They're not going to work out what you're saying.
What?
Have there been times in your past where, if you were asked, you would have done, but you just never got asked?
Oh, right. Okay.
No.
That had been for me, Mickey. I must have.
No. If I'm with somebody, I'm with them. Yeah. After we separate, a different thing, but no.
I think there have been times in the past where if somebody had asked me, I would have said yes. Saying that, of course, I'd like to think that I gave off signals that wouldn't lead them to ask me in the first place.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah. But no, that's not me, I'm afraid.
No,
I've
never.
Yeah,
I think it stems from the fact that, as I told you, I bought my kids, and once I get something, I like to keep it.
Yeah.
Not as a possession.
How does that work with ejaculation?
Well, I don't know.
He's got a
Some
jar
things you
under
have to
the
let
sink.
out.
He's got to keep it in a jar, do you?
But no, I mean, I don't like to keep it as a possession, but
No, I
you
know
know
what
what I
you
mean.
You want to keep that? Yeah.
Attachment and yeah.
I'm just going to the toilet and I'm just going to turn my mic off.
Yes.
Yes. It's usually us that do that buggers that one up. I don't know. Can he still hear us though? Oh,
Probably in his
Could I-
ear hole.
I was going to answer the question. I'll answer it again if he can't hear me. I'm sure he can hear us. No, I don't think there's ever been a time that I hadn't got asked, but I wish that I had. If you see what I mean. Generally, as a woman, you get asked a lot, and some of them are from guys that you think, yeah, I would, but you don't, or you do, depending on the, and other ones you think, what the hell, what? Ugh. Yeah, I thought you could.
That's fine.
So other times there'll be times that you're like, oh, or whatever, and there'll be other times that it's just not the right time, opportunity, or whatever, and then it just doesn't happen for whatever reason. And so I've been lucky, but also unlucky in the sense that I've usually been asked. I can't remember a time where I've thought, oh, I wish that I did have that opportunity, because I was usually quite good at.
Yeah.
I was either good at getting it or fending it off, if that makes sense.
I clarify?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably still do it today, but I'll see a woman walking down the street and I thought, oh, yeah, I could.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? But you know that you wouldn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just window shopping, isn't it, Mickey?
My granddad used to call that, you might be on a diet, but you can still read the menu.
Exactly that, yeah.
Window shopping, yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
don't, Mickey. The worst thing
You
is,
see
right?
him walk and you think, fucking hell, I could.
Oh,
But you know damn well.
I'll tell you what the worst
If
thing
it
is,
was
right?
offered me on the plate, I still wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. But the worst thing is, right, I quite often be driving my car, right, in the summer, and I'd see somebody with their short skirt or their hot pants or their cut top, and from the behind I think, God, she looks pretty horny. And as I pass her, I'd look in my mirror and I'd get the shock of my life. Fuck, she's only 12.
Oh dear. Or you get the other end of the spectrum. Fuck me, she's 80.
Yeah.
You do.
Or the other one is.
All round here,
the
up and
other
down
one
the
is-
seafront, you walk up behind somebody with a tight little bum in these little shorts, get past her, and she looks like your fucking great grandmother.
Or it's a man.
Or it's a bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get them round here.
No, but I mean, it's like it's a man, not necessarily dressed as a woman, but it's a man in tight shorts and slightly longer hair and that. You're thinking, cool. And you get round the other side and it's actually a man.
It's got a bulge, yeah.
Bloody hell.
We haven't had the numbers tonight, have we?
No, we haven't. No.
I'm just looking at the recommended channels. Baby Rainbow's got 2.2k viewers. Oompa Live has 639 viewers. Scammer Payback. Oompa Live. Let's have a quick look at Oompa Live. What's Oompa Live about?
Payback sounds interesting.
Amaranth has got 8.2.
Amaranth, I love Amaranth.
8.2 thousand.
Amaranth, yeah, full hot dog.
On Amaranth. Nadia's she's playing Call of Duty and she's got 1.6. Scammer Payback, it's just getting 2.1k. And we've got 4.
We just obviously just don't have whatever the viewers are looking for.
We've driven them away because we've just dropped to 3.
No, it's like I said, I understand what the problem is. The problem is that we've hit the ground very, very late. All right.
Yeah.
We are very, very late. Remember, Twitch has been here since 2010, and a lot of these people have had their accounts. I mean, I just looked at that Oompa Live, and I think he's probably had his account for 4 or 5 years. So he's had 4 or 5 years to build up where he's had no competition. We are hitting the ground very, very late, and I think for what we've done so far, I think we've done really well. I'm actually staggered that we are affiliates, and I'm staggered that it's looking like I might get a payday this month, which will absolutely amaze me.
It's slowly going up. I think Monday was a very, very good night.
That was a holiday. I think the holidays did that. I think Friday and Saturday nights are going to be our best nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say as well, is that if it turns out that we're going to do Fridays, but you can't do a Friday for whatever reason, because of chemo or you're knackered or whatever, Steve. Yeah. I think I'd like to know sort of vaguely in advance but I'll do a Friday with Mickey. If we're holding numbers on a Friday, I'll do a Friday. I don't mind doing that. But also conversely as well is that I don't know if Mickey can. Mickey can't do Saturdays usually. But if there's a Saturday,
well, I can, but it's not till late.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we might have to,
because I do my gaming on a Saturday. I've given up 3 days gaming to do this.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, rather than lose like Friday and Saturday or whatever, then we would just lose the Saturday and me and Mickey do Friday. If you see what I mean, Steve.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It all depends. It all depends how it goes, because what you've got to realise is that I've been on chemo. This will be my 4th lot of chemo. Right, I've been on chemo 3 times before, and each time, I mean, the first lot of chemo was probably the second worst combination there is. I worked all the way through it. It really didn't affect me. I'd had my chemo in the daytime, and I'd go out to work that evening. So it all depends how it affects me. And I won't know the answer to that until the 16th, which is when I'm going to have my first chemo. If it doesn't affect me, then I'll be fine for the Friday night.
Oh, I can't remember. Is 16th a Friday?
Yeah.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Right. So I think realistically speaking, I should book myself in for that night, because then at least if me, you, and Mickey are on stream, like, you might be feeling okay. You might only be able to do an hour and then need to go off.
There is that.
I'm just thinking realistically. I think I'd rather show up for the Friday, and then if you are feeling rough, we cut the Saturday.
We can always start a little later. There's no reason why we have to start at 8, because our viewers don't start to pick up till gone 9 anyway.
No, and I'm right. Okay, you've also right brought something up that I was going to talk about off air, but now you're here. I don't think we should be starting at 8 o'clock. I think we should be starting at 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
Fuck.
9:30, 10.
That's a problem for you, is it, Tracy?
It's just late. My brain I'd have to get into the routine.
Yeah, but I mean, not being funny, Trace. Like, you're here till sort of 1, 2 in the morning. So from 10 till.
If you'd have started at 10 o'clock tonight, look, you're still here now.
Yeah, no. I know. It's just the psychological thing of starting work at 10. That's all. Because I have to. It just means like I said, we were doing this starting at 9:45. By about sort of like 9 o'clock, my brain's going, you should be going to bed now. And I was sort of going, no, I'm putting makeup on. So it was just that thing. But now that we're in a routine of doing it, then okay, maybe we will. We could experiment.
Well, I was thinking of suggesting that from next week, carrying on this week, because I've already got the schedule up. But from next week, change that to it's 9:45 or 10 o'clock. What do you reckon, Mickey?
Well, 9:45, I'm quite happy with 9:45.
Tracy?
Yeah,
which means that you'd call us around about 9:30, 20 to 10.
I was going to say, can we actually just lose the first hour and start at 9?
Well, again, we've got the same problem that at 9, I'm actually halfway. I'm just dropping my wife off.
Yes, but that's
9:45 is back, which is what
Mondays, though, isn't it? Mondays and Fridays.
Monday. Well, she normally works Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but sometimes she picks up extra shifts, like she did today. Which is why I don't start on Thursday night. I don't start till 9:45 because I don't get back here until 9:30. So. That's
No, I was just thinking sort of more for the playing with numbers thing, because if we did start at 9 or 9:15 or whatever, then seeing because we usually have about an hour of chit chat, like how have you been doing, what have you been doing, like a bit of a chat, and then we warm up, and then by sort of like 10 o'clock we're hitting the numbers and we're really going. But also at the other end of the thing is that sometimes the numbers drop off around about 10:30. So if we're starting at 10, we may be starting too late. So
I find that for the first hour and a half, we're talking to ourselves.
I personally will start.
I've been watching the numbers not just tonight, and I only watch them on the screen. I don't write them down or anything. But our busy time seems to be between 10 and midnight.
I'll tell you when our busy time is tonight. Hang on, I can tell you now. I've got that. I've got all that information. I've got all that information in front of me and available to me. So
But in some of them screenshots that shows you your peak
yeah.
that we've got in the group, like it's.
Our peak started at 21:15, and went through to 22:55 tonight.
Right. Yeah. What about like Monday, which was a good stretch? Well, no, they can't really do Monday because that was a holiday, but Saturday and Friday and stuff like that. What we see? I think that's the thing. I think you need to crash the numbers and just look and see.
Well, they're actually posted.
Monday, 2200 we started to pick up, and we picked all the way up through till 22:55 was when we hit our peak. So that's the peak times. Let's just go back a couple more streams. I can go back almost every stream. The stream before that, Saturday the 3rd of September, we hit our peak at 23:45. We started picking up at 22:10, and we hit our peak at 23:45. The Friday the 2nd of September, the peak was at 22:55. Thursday the 1st of September, peak was at 22:50.
10:30 to midnight sort of time, really.
Between 10 and midnight is when we pick up. Yeah.
Because I think that's when you're picking up people from the States as well. It's round about that time.
I'm looking back over all of our streams. Every single stream, it's between. Yep, look at that one. 22:15. Yep, every single stream, it's 10 o'clock onwards. It picks up. Every single stream.
Okay, so if we just go back to the starting at 9:45 thing.
Yeah, we can start at 9:45. I'll do that from next week though. This
Obviously,
week,
Steve
unless you want to change
can't
Saturday. Right, this week I'm going to start. Tomorrow I'm going to start at 9:45. Tomorrow I'm going to start at 9:45. Friday I'm going to start at 9:45. I've got that scheduled now. Let me just check. Channel.
Yeah. We normally do on a Friday.
Yep, so it's just Saturday I need to change. So do you want me to change Saturday to 21:45?
Yeah, okay. Well, you don't have to go out then. Make it 9:30. Just to sort of like give us a bit of a warm up. And then of course, the later we do it, the more likely Mickey can come in.
I can't change it while we're on air. Why can't I change it while we're on air? How strange is that? I'll change it when we're off air, or I'll do a 9:30 start Saturday. I don't think we need to warm up. I think 9:45 is fine, but I'll change it to 9:30.
Yeah, well, let's see how it goes. It's still playing with the numbers again, so
yeah, I'll do it at 9:30. So. Which, on that note, reminds me, because now we're down to 4 viewers. I think I'm going to call it a night. What do you think, people?
Yeah, it's 10 to midnight.
Yep.
10 to midnight. It's been a very quiet night, so
I wouldn't expect it. It's the Wednesday after a public holiday, Mickey. So I don't. It's, you know.
Yeah.
I'll get the final figures through later on. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. So goodbye, everybody.
Yep. Good night.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Goodbye, people.
No, I have got my goodbye screen up. I've got my goodbye screen up. Why isn't that working? Yeah, no, it's up. Right, okay. There we go. That's up. Right, that's up. So that's the start screen up.